Searching the Northwest to bring you the biggest variety in sports. Northwest Television Sports brings you the rejoicing of victory, the frustration of defeat, the drama of competition. This is Northwest Sports.
Northwest Television Sports is proud to bring you Western Oregon University coming up next.
MacArthur Field, I'm with head coach Arn Ferguson. It's a big homecoming weekend. The Central Washington Wildcats 3 weeks ago, a big victory, the first team since 1998. But today, tell me the game plan.
That's pretty interesting. It's going to be a little bit wet. Offense and defensively, we're playing a really good team that's really starting to play extremely well. Their offense is averaging over 500 yards. So they contain some receivers, and their running back is extremely good. So that's where we're at. Defensively, on their defense, offensively, we're able to run the ball down the last 8 minutes, like 11 seconds. So expect them to have a lot more adjustments, be a lot more aggressive on our run game. So really can we make some passes and be successful there.
Been out gaining teams 2-1 on the ground. I expect to see a lot of Amari and Nico today. And then obviously, I know Ty has free reign when it's his time to run.
His job is to keep moving the chains. However he does it, we don't care. He's really matured. But this will be a big test for him today. They'll take away his strengths, which I do think they'll work really hard, take away the run game. So he's got to make some plays with his arm.
Obviously, a key to a rivalry game like this, not turning the ball over. How was that addressed during practice during the week?
We're able to practice a little bit on our grass, which is I do think it's an advantage for us to be on grass and get used to it. It's different. We expect some rain, but not a lot of rain. But really, the weather, the wetness is in the ground, so that'll start to play out throughout the game. But our kids are ready to go, and it's a real good team. And it's very similar like the NFL. It's very hard to beat a good team twice in the same year. So this is going to be a huge test to see how good we can be.
I want to thank you for your time today, Coach Ferguson. Kickoff coming up next on KWVT, Channel 17. Good afternoon, everyone. Matt Palumbo at MacArthur Field, live on KWVT Channel 17. I got Michael Brown. It's a big homecoming weekend. The Wildcats and Wolves set to come up next. Michael Brown's going to kick it off with the brownie points.
Brownie points are pretty simple this week. As you've seen from Western Oregon all season, the important thing for them is to control the ball, throw some passes down the field when they get the opportunity, and play some great defense. Let the defensive line get pressure, get some turnovers, control the game. If they can win this game, they have the inside run to get the GNAC title this season.
Pretty amazing, Michael Brown. We're just set for kickoff, but it was 3 weeks ago. Western Oregon goes to Ellensburg. In 1998, you and I were 21 years old. That was the last time the Wolves beat the Wildcats in Ellensburg. It's a revenge game. Homecoming weekend here. The red towels are out from MAPS Credit Union. It looks like it'll be Western Oregon receiving the kickoff to start this game. We didn't quite catch everything when it came to who got the coin flip, but we're going to assume that maybe Central Washington maybe got it and maybe chose to defer to the second half.
That is what the people like to do these days, so that's probably what happened. They'll be getting the ball in the second half.
Curtis Anderson back deep. Curtis Anderson, obviously the recipient of the GNAC Defensive Player of the Week a week ago. His second honor this season, 2 interceptions last week, helping ice the game at Texas A&M. Kingsville, Western Oregon coming in riding a big winning streak. 4 games in a row, in fact, 3 of them on the road, undefeated in conference play, and the Wildcats are set to kick it away. Short kick. Received cleanly by the Wolves, and they're looking to get good field position. Nice block, and running into his own player. Kind of caused the tackle there, but Western Oregon will take over on its first possession at the 25-yard line.
And as I was saying earlier, you're going to see from Western Oregon this whole day the running attack with Amari Land, Nico Jackson, and Ty Curry. And when they can, set up the play-action passes and get the ball down for big chunk plays with their great receivers with the speed down the sidelines. On this wet turf, though, you're going to see a lot of running today, we think.
Omari Land headed into the backfield. He really has been the workhorse. 91 carries on the season, 536 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Ty Curry calling the action from the shotgun. We'll have 2 wide receivers on the bottom of your screen and 1 up top. It'll be Thomas Wright Jr., and immediately there's a whistle on the play. And we are set for action. Curry fakes it to Land, now looking out to his left, goes underneath, and a big chunk play now going at the 50. He's got a lot of room, no flags on the play. It is going to be a 75-yard touchdown. Wolves are on the board! They strike fast, and they strike quick.
Yeah, it's just a basic play-action pass where it looks like it's an option play to start the game. But you have Jaron Ford, as you see, Ty Curry sees Jaron Ford coming across the middle. Bam, he catches it, and then it's off to the races. No one can catch him. Touchdown, a great way to start this homecoming game for Western Oregon.
A whopping 18 seconds off the board, and the Wolves are up 6-0. Extra point is up, and it is good, and the Wolves are leading 7-0 on homecoming weekend. We'll be back for more first quarter action on KWVT Channel 17. All right, did you blink? Did you sneeze? Did you miss it? 18 seconds. Wolves on the board, 7-0. I didn't do well in math, but I can do the quick math. That's one play, 75 yards. Wolves on top, 7-0 over their rivals, the Wildcats of Central Washington. Western Oregon set to kick it away. Michael Brown, I don't think I heard any of that in your brownie points.
Well, I did say some play-action passes as the day goes along, but they started off right off the bat with it. And great job with the speed. If they can get the ball to the receivers, they have a chance to make some plays as this game goes along. Gross with the kickoff.
Oh boy, we got a free ball there, and the Wildcats kind of miscommunicated. And of course, the Wolves will swarm on special teams as the Wildcats will get their first possession, actually outside or inside the 20-yard line, and they are going to bring out the 2-week defending champion, Christian Moore, the quarterback and offensive player of the week in the GNAC Conference.
Yeah, you look. Looks like Michael Roots may have lost the ball in the sun there, but fortunately for Central Washington, they're able to recover and start their drive off fresh for their day.
Michael Roots already on the season in 6 games has already carried the ball 120 times. Moore going right over the top. He's looking for an open man and just outside the reach of his intended target, and that intended target was number 11, Tony Archie.
As you see both teams today, it seems like they both want to come out and set the pace really, really fast here. They had some man-to-man coverage on the outside, but ball overthrown. 2nd and 10 for Central Washington beginning of this game.
Christian Moore was actually recruited here by Western Oregon. Actually went on to Wazoo briefly, but now here leading the helm at Central Washington on 2nd down. They'll hand it to Roots, and the defensive line that has become the stalwart of this defense this season, shutting down all the lanes.
Yeah, as they're trying to go up the middle with Cummings there, Burnett, Little, Mac Little. See some LJ Lovelace as the day goes along. The interior linemen have done a great job so far this year. It's going to be tough to run on this Western Oregon defense.
Going to bring up 3rd and long. It's 3rd and 8 on the 20-yard line. Moore in the shotgun. Definitely look like it'll have to be a throwing down here. Also has the running ability of someone like a Ty Curry. Now Moore looking out into the flat, has a man wide open, and a good open field tackle on the far side. Best I could tell, Mike, looked like Nate Proctor Jr. to me.
And it usually is Nate Proctor Jr. They're great linebackers for Western Oregon, able to come up and make a stuff about 3 yards short of the first down. So it looks like the punt team will come out for Central Washington with a chance of Western Oregon getting the ball back to see if they can add to their early lead.
Well, here's a wrinkle and something that I haven't seen. If I have it correctly again, Mike, I might ask for your beautiful binoculars here to give me the look that I need on it, but it does look like it could be Evander Willingham back deep looking to get this punt. It's a low punt, and the Wolves will step away from it, but they will get the ball at the 38-yard line, looking to extend a lead that they got on the opening play on their opening drive on a 75-yard pass from Curry to Ford. It started off as just a little bubble play, but Ford able to turn on the afterburners and go all the way, giving us our score 7-0.
And I believe KJ Ritters was back there to try to receive that ball, the defensive back. A little bit smaller than Willingham.
Yeah, I was going to say, Willingham's kind of a big guy. Ty Curry coming out on the season. He's definitely been asked to protect the football. 9 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. And, of course, the third leading rusher on this team behind Land and Nico Jackson. And there goes Curry on the draw. And you can tell right now they see things. And he turns it upfield. He's past midfield. He makes a man miss, spins away, keeps his feet down inside the 25-yard line. 2 huge plays on offense.
What starts out as a simple quarterback draw, once he gets past that defensive line, now it's off and seen. He's looking for blockers. He has some blocking down the field. A great pickup on first down. A great way to start this game for Western Oregon.
It's like a standing 8 count already for the Wildcats.
Early domination, yes. Yeah, it's a long game.
You've only seen 2 plays, and it just looks pretty much like they're sledding downhill, foot on the ground both times, and good speed being shown by this offense in Western Oregon as Land will get the ball off the left side, and he'll still pick up positive yardage, moving the ball down to about the 17-yard line.
The offensive line looking like they're going against the sleds right now, pushing the defensive line down the field. Amari looking for his holes, finding his time, picks up a nice little 5-yard gain there on first down, setting up a 2nd and short for Western Oregon at about the 19-yard line.
They've shown to be threatening on all 3 plays. Thomas Wright is at the bottom of your screen. Big play option here in the red zone with his height. And Curry's looking over to his right, has a man open, threw behind him a little bit.
Yeah, timing looked a little bit off on that one. Ty Curry thrown out to the receiver. The defensive back able to come up and knock the ball away, setting up a 3rd and 5 yards for Western Oregon here early in the game.
One of the great things about Western Oregon's offense is the veritable plethora they have of receiving that they can put out there. Pass on the previous play was intended, I believe, for Sampson. Sampson, the defending. Oh, boy, wide open, busted play. Unreal. I mean, I even missed it. Total missed assignment, and the Wolves are up 13-0.
Yeah, as you see, it looks like they're going to do a little sprint out action, but just right over the middle, wide open. Catching the touchdown for another touchdown early in this game for Ty Curry. And with the extra point, a possible 14-0 lead.
This game's 3 minutes.
The way you want to start out a homecoming game against a rival, just coming out, hitting on all marks. A very great scripted early plays here for Western Oregon.
Kick is up, and it is good, and the Wolves are out in front big by 2 touchdowns. We'll be back for more first quarter action. KWVT Channel 17. Back for the kickoff. Michael Roots gets it, and again, just outside the 20-yard line, is met by, well, the entire Wolves special teams. Michael, I'm going to tell you, you might want to get all of your drinks and all of your basic food things that you're going to want for this game, because you're not going to, if you turn away for a second, you're missing it right now. Western Oregon clearly saw something in preparation or on film that's made them quite happy in these early scripted plays.
Yeah, it's gone very well for them, and now Central Washington has a chance to see if they can get back in the game. With the success they've had over the last couple of weeks, they know they have some strengths. They're just trying to find them right now.
Michael making reference to their wins over Azusa Pacific and Simon Fraser, where they averaged nearly 500 yards. Ball on the ground, but they're going to say down by contact, the ball popping out of Roots' hand.
Yeah, Roots holding on to the ball with both hands as he's trying to find a hole. Is able to pick up about 4 yards on that play, but we do have a man down on the field. It looks like Roots, the star player for Central Washington, getting up a little bit slowly. Everybody
that I spoke to on the Wolves sideline today had the utmost respect for Michael Roots. He is coming out, it looks like underneath most of his own power. Looks like some sort of a leg injury. Hopefully maybe they can get him taped up, get him back in the game. But Christian Moore is really going to find himself in a tough position today, already trailing by 2 touchdowns, and an eager Wolves defense to put pressure on the redshirt sophomore. Joey Sinclair, strong safety along with Anderson today, getting a lot of praise for the defensive scheme from Jason Slowey. They'll run the ball with Roots' replacement, taking it maybe down to about a yard and a half short of the first down. It'll bring up third down.
Yeah, I believe Eric Wilkes up the middle there, getting just short of a first down there, setting up a big, very big third down, as big as you're going to get early on a game. In order to stop the momentum of Western Oregon, Central Washington really needs to get this first down here with Wilkes in the running game possibly.
Great confidence both the offensive and defensive coaches expressed today in their battles up front. An early one here in the first quarter with the Wolves up by 2 touchdowns. And right now, Western Oregon, I just think, is feeding off of 4 weeks of playing good football when it matters most.
And as you see, they're going to try to run a counter on this play. And again, the defense right where they need to be, stuffing that play for a short loss on third down. They're thinking about possibly going for it on fourth down, but the punt team does come out. And it looks like there's going to be a change of possession shortly with Western Oregon getting the ball again with a 14-0 lead early in this game.
Chris Fisk, head coach of Central Washington, wisely going to head and punt the ball away. On that previous touchdown, we've been waiting all season to basically talk about the tight end position as the punt now. Good clean snap, kick. And now you got to be very careful nobody touches that ball, but it is Western Oregon that will recover on their own 30-yard line. But Evander Willingham, the 6'4", 245-pound junior from Redmond, Oregon. Make sure that's Redmond, Oregon, or Redmond, Washington. Redmond, Oregon gets the touchdown with Ty Curry on the blown coverage. And this Western Oregon offense now comes on the field with all sorts of confidence. Nico Jackson, their second leading rusher behind Amari Land in the game, will give a different look, can also catch the ball out of the backfield. But Ty Curry in this offense has a chance to put a big dent into this game on their third drive, only 5 minutes into the first quarter. Curry will hand to Jackson. Jackson will go out the left side. He'll make a man miss, keep his feet churning, and he'll pick up 11 yards on first down.
Yeah, it's a great job by the offensive line to start this game. Everything they've wanted to do so far has worked. Nico working his way down, letting the blocks form in front of him, able to get a first down on the first down play for Western Oregon at the 40-yard line.
Going out onto the top side of the field, number 5, Marquis Sampson. Definitely want to give him credit as the special teams player of the week in the GNAC conference. Ty Curry will send Sampson in motion. Thomas Wright Jr. on the bottom of your screen. Jackson on the play action fake, and Curry looking to go over the top again. Has a man down the middle, diving for it and just outside the reach. Almost another big play from this offense.
Curry with plenty of time there is looking for his man over the middle, sees him, but just out of his reach with the defensive back on his back there. A little bit close to a pass interference. Maybe in the NFL they could have replayed that one.
Justice Murphy, I believe, was the intended target.
Justice Murphy had a great diving catch last week, so you know he has the potential to do that. But unfortunately, it does set up a second down here for Western Oregon at the 41-yard line.
Stack wide receivers on both sides. They give it to Jackson, and the first time the Wildcats defense shows pressure, and the first play for a loss of yardage on this second down. It'll bring up third and long for the Wolves offense.
Yeah, you see Isaiah Greer right up the middle there, stuffing the middle on that Western Oregon second down run, setting up a 2nd and 11. Another big third down here for the Central Washington defense to see if they can get themselves back in this game.
Trips wide receivers out to Curry left. He'll be flanked by Nico Jackson wearing number 7. Curry's going to throw it. He's out of the pocket and in trouble, and he's going to actually get rid of the ball. And I got to give Curry credit. He knew he was almost down for a huge loss, able to throw it away. And Western Oregon for
There's no foul for intentional grounding. Number 11 was in the air of the pass.
And it didn't matter anyways. He was outside of the pocket. The refs just being saying the right things there to make sure everybody understands why there is no penalty for a ref throwing the ball away.
I see Andrew Gross punting. I haven't seen him kick the ball off today. Gross on the season punting 19 times for an average of about 40 yards per kick. His long 56. Good clean snap. Wobbly kick, but away from anybody on the Wildcats, and takes a favorable bounce for Central Washington. As Christian Moore and the Wildcat offense will come back on the field, we'll have to see if we see Michael Roots, number 21.
And just for Central Washington, as they're saying in this game, we're just down to 8 minutes and 23 seconds left in the first quarter. It's still just a 2-score game, so long way to go in this one. Western Oregon has to be ready to play defense again, see if they can get the ball back and possibly score on defense.
Ray Green set to be in the backfield along with Moore. Moore will pass underneath. Looks out to Rainwater. Actually, Tony Archie, take that back. Archie now 29, maybe 30 receptions on the season, averages around 14 yards a catch.
Good positive play for Central Washington on that first one, 5 yards, setting up a 2nd and short.
I think so far what I like about Moore is his release. It's quick and authoritative, and penalty flags on the play, maybe a false start from Central Washington and their offensive line.
As they're moving back.
False start, number 68 on the offense, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Amazing 3 weeks ago in Ellensburg, Mike. It was basically 8 out of the last 10 minutes and 10 of the last 12 minutes. Western Oregon able to put their foot in the ground and shut out this Wildcat offense, trailing by 5 in the fourth quarter, picking up that 36-26 victory in GNAC play 3 weeks ago. Moore on 2nd down and 19. He's going for something over the top, and it might be, oh boy. Now this is a tough play. I'll tell you right now, Curtis Anderson and Tony Archie come together pretty vigorously here.
Play action pass. There's plenty of time to find the receiver down the field. Curtis Anderson coming over, playing it smart, not getting the penalty, but fortunately for Central Washington, able to get a first down on that play.
Green gets the ball on the quick snap there, as I think Moore wants to accelerate this offense. Curtis Anderson actually has been fairly banged up most of the season, according to the staff, and there is a player down. They were saying that mostly it was kind of in his upper legs around the thigh area, but Curtis Anderson was looking to lower the boom there on Tony Archie.
But again, a smart play. Didn't get a penalty, which can happen very easily these days. Kept his head up, trying to knock the ball away. Clean play, both players walk away. And unfortunately on this play now, we have an injury.
It is for the Wildcat offense.
Looks like Vise injured on the field right now. Did not see what happened there. Scotland Vise.
Scotland Vice being attended to by the trainer. It looks like they're just going through preliminary procedures to make sure that he might need assistance. But it looks like they're going to get a player there and he's going to be able to get up. That's good news.
Tough for Central Washington as they're trying to come back in this game and get their offense established. Have offensive linemen go down this early. But it was a 2-yard gain on that first down, setting up a 2nd and 8 yards for Central Washington at the Western Oregon 36-yard line. So yeah, that Central Washington game was interesting when Western Oregon played them a few weeks ago. It's the first time I've seen them on the road in the last few years come out and look like the dominant force, and now they're protecting their house the way you would expect them to.
Moore now operating from the shotgun at 2nd and 8. And he's looking deep down the sideline, has a man open. And right now the penalty flag is going to come out. Pass was intended for Tyson Rainwater. Rainwater on the season, the leading receiver for this offense. Moore looking in that direction, and the penalty.
Pass interference, number 2 on the defense. 15-yard penalty for previous spot, automatic first down.
Braylon Evans having a great season so far for Western Oregon, but can't get his eyes around to locate the football. A pretty easy call for the referee on that play.
Yeah, Braylon we haven't mentioned very much this season unless he is knocking balls away. Not too many penalties and definitely hasn't been scored on. But that one he was beat. You take the 15 yards instead of a touchdown, though, so good penalty on that one.
Just outside the red zone, Central Washington trying to get back in this game as pressure being shown from the outside. Moore now looking to the end zone, and it could be picked off. They're going to say it's an interception in the back of the end zone. We're going to wait for the replay to find out who it is. Michael Brown, let's take a look at it.
As he's going down the field, safety catches it right over the top.
Joey Sinclair.
Joey Sinclair always where he needs to be. Between Curtis Anderson and Joey Sinclair in the back of that backfield, you're not going to score over the top with them.
Great story today. So when he was recruited, he was actually a quarterback. And then they saw him in camp, and he was back playing safety, and it was actually the quarterback's coach, Trey Shimabukuro, goes, you're not going to play quarterback at Western, but I'm going to recruit you, and we're going to put you at safety. Jason Slowey, the linebacker coach, excited about Joey Sinclair's progress, and obviously they have great leadership at the back of that defense with Curtis Anderson. As Curry will hand it off to Land. Land gets to the outside. He's looking for room to run. He's got a block. He's trying to go all the way. He's to the 50. He's out to the 40. They're trying to chase him down, but more big chunk yards coming from this Wolves offense that looks unstoppable.
It's a fantastic job. Just a simple stretch play, and as he gets to the outside, nobody there. Bounces it to the outside. Amari Speed, you expect him to take it to the house, but he does get caught from behind. These offensive players have been running up and down the field already today. Maybe they're already starting to get a little tired, but great job on first down.
One of the things they talked all the way back into spring camp, going into summer and now into this fall, is finishing off drives. Curry has a chance to really put a big lead on the board. Curry now seeing pressure, gets the ball away. It's a jump ball situation, and I don't think that they are going to call this on Western Oregon. I think that the defensive back impeded the player's ability to move forward. Penalty flag on the play.
Just whether or not the pass was overthrown or not, but you're right. They're saying offense.
Murphy was the intended target there. Again,
Pass interference, number 88 on the offense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Yeah, if anything there, I think Murphy just lost where the ball was in the air and stopped his route and hit the defensive back. Maybe a little ticky-tack there, but a call did need to be made on either defensive back or the receiver there.
I'll tell you what I'm enjoying right now about Ty Curry, and I know that you and I probably sit up here and go sometimes, man, you run too much. A couple times he's really stuck it in there and thrown the ball away or thrown the ball where only his receiver has a chance at it. And again, a sign of a progression from the senior as he tosses it off to Land. Land looking for some land. Nothing there, tripped up, and he will only pick up a couple of yards. And it's going to be second and long or third and long, Mike?
Looks like second and long. A simple pitch play there, and Mari's trying to find a space. Does get to the outside, tripped up at the last second, able to get a very short gain of about 2 yards. And it looks like we're about second and 25 approximately.
They got the ball on the 39. They're marking it out, and they're saying 14, Mike.
Okay.
I mean, last week, we were here a couple weeks ago, we didn't have the scoreboard, so I'm going to go with them on this one. My eyes tell me they look about right. 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Curry now looking out into the flat, has time, rifles it, and he gets an open receiver. And again, we're seeing things, and that's Ford. Ford already has a touchdown, Michael, and now won't go down. And I talked about this, okay? Look, Curry averages about 8 yards an attempt, maybe 9 yards, and his players average about 15 total. They get away from the defenders.
Curry with plenty of time, just looking for a receiver down there, and then
Thomas
Ford
Wright
decides to just carry the defensive backs down the field for another 5 yards, setting up a reasonable third down attempt at about 3rd and 12 yards for Western Oregon. And you're saying Ty Curry has been doing an excellent job so far this season, not taking sacks and not putting the ball in harm's way of getting turnover.
Jackson now on third down. It's 11. Mike was right on the draw. Gosh, Jackson, if he just gets away from one arm tackle, was going straight for the goal line.
Yeah, great job by Greer up the middle there for Central Washington, staying home at the defensive end and able to get the tackle for actually a little short loss there. Western Oregon's offense stays on the field going for it here on 4th down and 12.
Just outside Andrew Gross's range. His long on the season is 37 yards. They'll bring Curry out. It'll be 4th down, and they're going to need to pick up some big chunk here. Curry now out to the right. He's turning it upfield. He throws into the end zone. He's got to open. It's Marquise Sampson. Touchdown Wolves, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Oh, my goodness. Sampson just gets wide open.
Curry looking. He may have stepped over the line. We'll see here shortly.
Holding, number 56 on the offense. 10-yard penalty for previous spot.
Really interesting, Mike. I know I was talking about the camps and like, hey, don't shoot yourself in the foot. And on this particular set of downs right now, that's 2 massive penalties.
Down.
And that one being a 4th down, it's disappointing because you would have had a touchdown, but it does bring the punt team out for Western Oregon. See if they can knock Central Washington inside this 10-yard line, give them bad field position for a team that's been struggling so far in their first couple of possessions.
Gross gets the high snap, kicks it away. And a great little pooch kick, Mike, and I think he pinned it on the 9. 10 and a half, 10. I'll split the difference, but exactly what Michael Brown called for there.
Always reminds me of the cliffhanger game from The Price is Right as the ref is walking his way up the sideline. You wonder when he's going to tip over the side, but
I was a Plinko guy, but I did like the cliffhanger game.
if I got on the show, I'd want to be on Plinko for sure, but cliffhanger just so I can do the yodeling along with it would be exciting.
First down and 10 for the Central Washington Wildcats. Christian Moore trailing by a couple of touchdowns. Pressure being shown off the left side. He keeps it, jumps pass. There's something you don't see anymore. Harkening back to days like when they wore leather helmets.
George Clooney bad movie there. But, yeah, as he's running the option play there, it looks like they're going up the middle, and he decides to lateral it. Yeah, jump pass at the last second. A good positive gain for them, setting up a second and about 1 yard for Central Washington.
Moore showing arm strength all day that I'm sure that the defense is very concerned at. They'll pitch it out, and it'll be first down, yardage picked up by Green.
And as they run that pitch play, they had a couple of blockers out in front ready to make a play. A good job of getting a first down for Central Washington as they try to establish their offense and work the clock down and keep Western Oregon's potent offense off the field right now.
Michael Root still on the sideline, no word. I do see him walking on the far sideline. I do expect a return from him. His replacement, Ray Grain, picking up the first down. Moore calling for the ball. He'll pass on first down. Man open again. He seems to have something with Archie, and Archie kind of picking right now on Braylon there on the outside.
Yeah, they've got him man-to-man on the outside. They're letting the slot receiver run under the middle, and it leaves Evans against Archie on the outside, and right now Archie's winning that for some good 10-yard pickups and first downs for Central Washington as they're trying to work their way down the field.
As the scoreboard shows, it's 14-0. Total yards in the game so far, Western Oregon 137, and Central Washington 8 yards. Moore now with time, goes to the outside and goes right back to Archie. Big rhythm between number 11 and number 7, this 7-11 connection.
Yeah, they have the zone this time on the defense for Western Oregon with Evans underneath. The safety not able to get over the top fast enough, and it is another first down as they're past the midfield mark at this point. Good drive for Central Washington.
Second time now in Western Oregon territory. A lot of defenses now, Michael. Again, how they get spread out, bend but don't break. Moore on Western Oregon's 46, looking to his right, comes back to his left, goes to a third option, and be surprised. You know who that third option was? Tony Archie.
Tony Archie with another reception, just finding a hole in that zone, sitting down, with Moore having plenty of time to find him, sees him on his really fourth read on that one, and a great pickup for Central Washington as they're trying to drive and score to get back in this game.
15-yard play there. I'll bring it down to the 31-yard line. Christian Moore showing why Western Oregon probably wanted to look at this 6'5" quarterback with a very, very potent arm. He's going back to the air. He's getting the time, but now pressure being shown, goes underneath. Great one-handed catch and room to run. That's a highlight play now inside the 19-yard line. That looks like a 16-yard pickup and another first down as the reception goes to Tyson Rainwater.
Yeah, Moore with plenty of time again. No pressure right now from Western Oregon, and he sees Rainwater come open over the middle, bobbles the ball, able to pick it up and keep running with that ball. Some yak yards right there, and another first down inside the red zone for Central Washington.
Very, very fast-paced up and down in this first quarter as Green gets it off the left side. And Green, really tough running there, keeps the legs churning and gets that ball near the 5-yard line.
Again, working the clock, grinding, doing the same thing that Western Oregon wants to do. Central Washington able to get some success on this drive. The last drive, Western's defense was able to come up with a turnover. Central's trying to punch it in right now and prove that they can score today.
Western Oregon came with a lunch pail-like attitude, very businesslike, but right now it's Christian Moore, the redshirt sophomore, trying to get them back in the game with a score here. He's going to go out to the left side. He's looking for the pylon. He'll dive for the end zone. And right now, the initial indication is maybe the 1 yard line, half-yard line. I've seen no official sign that it's a touchdown.
They did put points on the scoreboard, and it does look like the kicker is out there.
I'm just going to go next time the referees do have to put their hands up in the air. You know, I take signals very well. Looks like it's going to be a touchdown. 5-yard scamper for Christian Moore. 2-time defending GNAC Player of the Week on offense. The kick is up, and it is good, and we'll be back for the remainder of the first quarter here on KWVT. It's 14-7, Wolves on top. Well, it's been a pretty quick first quarter. Western Oregon's offense has looked every bit the best that it has all season here at MacArthur Field. On homecoming Saturday against their rivals, the Central Washington Wildcats, Christian Moore running it in on the previous play for a touchdown that'll bring us to our score of 14-7. 46 seconds remaining on the clock. Michael, there's a lot of things you like so far about Western Oregon, and certainly on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, the running game especially, they're going to keep doing what they're doing. Let Ty Curry read the field, see when the passes are available for him. If not, they're going to run the option game. It's been smart. It's worked all year, except for against the Texas teams, but those are some very, very tough Texas teams.
They beat Texas A&M Kingsville. I mean, how many teams are there in Texas?
A lot. They like to football
is that Parnell
in Texas.
that ends up there? There's something you don't see every there. Jalen Parnell.
The fair catch. He doesn't want to get hit there on being the kick returner.
Very interesting. And it actually helps, Western Oregon, no time off the clock, and they'll get some decent field position out of it. I don't know if I really understand that.
Well, they haven't got it down to the end zone yet as on the kickoff team, so that maybe they're just trying to not outkick their coverage or anything. I'm guessing there.
Curry been very, very smart so far in this first quarter, leading this Wolves offense on very explosive plays all day. He'll hand it off to Land to the short side of the field. And sometimes, Michael, I've never been a big fan of that because you make the sideline become the 12th defender.
The sideline being the 12th defender, but you're also trying to let those offensive linemen, Aaron Turner, Gonzalez, the rest of them just push the defensive linemen down the field. On this one, unfortunately, just no gain. Looks
second down and 10. Ball on the 28-yard line as the clock continues to roll. Now approaching 20 seconds remaining. Wolves on top by a touchdown. Curry in the shotgun. He'll hand it to Land. Land will get out to that left side. He'll pop it out to about the 34, 35-yard line, 6-7 yards picked up. That'll probably take us to the end of the first quarter, and what a first quarter it has been for Western Oregon. Getting on top 14-0. They started the game with a 75-yard touchdown, but we'll see the second quarter coming up live here on KWVT, Channel 17. Welcome to homecoming weekend. Matt Palumbo joined alongside by Michael Brown. Director Ken Luiteg from KWVT Channel 17. We are proud to be your exclusive option in the Salem area to watching Western Oregon football. It's homecoming weekend, and what a homecoming it has been, as there was nearly 400 yards of total offense between two teams.
Also, if people have interwebs, they can pretty much watch it anywhere around the world. It's pretty amazing these days.
Shout out to Bangladesh. 15 minutes left here in the second quarter. First play, Curry over the middle, looking for Marquise Sampson. Sampson becoming a more prominent person on all parts of the personnel for this team.
Enough time with that quick pass, but just outside the reach of Sampson on that one. Brings out the punt team for Western Oregon. Central Washington, after taking those hits on those big plays early in the game, a chance to get right back in this game and tie the game up with a positive drive.
Gross will kick it away here. Back deep, looks like number 8. It's a clean catch. Not much room to run. He'll be tackled easily as Tejan Mitsutani also plays quarterback for this team.
And a good job, all three of those people down the field for Western Oregon able to wrap them up. Very short gain for Central Washington. They'll be starting out this drive at their 25-yard line. Again, trying to see if they can get back to an even game or within 4 points with a field goal.
Christian Moore, trailing by a touchdown, sends a man in motion. He'll be passing on first down, and he's going to show that arm off again. Underthrown, and a really heads-up play right there. Braylon coming in there, doing great work. Braylon Evans breaking up the pass.
Braylon Evans doing a great job all season. Moore has plenty of time to find a receiver. Sees somebody come open a little bit, but Evans underneath, Anderson right over the middle, able to get in between there, knock the ball away. No harm, no foul for the Western Oregon defense. It is a 2nd and 10 for Central Washington.
Very impressive. Braylon Evans being picked on a couple times by Moore, but Evans able to pick up the receiver's eyes, and pressure being shown now up the middle by screenplay, and Michael Roots was going to get that play, and had Roots caught that ball, Michael, he was going to have a lot of room to maneuver.
Yeah, Roots with a great, on the end of a great play call there, screen as Western Oregon was sending some extra defenders. But unfortunately, the ball just a little bit overthrown. Roots not able to come up that ball, and it sets up a 3rd and 10 for Central Washington.
Tell you right now, I'm going to look for number 11 on this play. Tony Archie already has
Rainwater.
6 receptions, 87 yards in the first quarter. Looked like an offside there. There's a penalty flag.
Essentially a free play here for Central.
Underthrown again. Joey Sinclair already has an interception on the afternoon. Breaks up the play. I couldn't tell if it was offsides or false start. It just looked like there's something jumped on the far side of the field.
I did see the defensive end or the outside linebacker over there move, but I don't know if the tied end on the other side moved at the same time.
Offside on the defense. Number 19, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Christian Moore, 8 of 10 in that first quarter for 114 yards. He did also have the interception, as we just mentioned. Joey Sinclair picking Moore off in the far end zone.
LJ Lovelace with the penalty on that one. LJ Lovelace, who has quite a few sacks this season, so he's always looking to be aggressive on that edge right over there.
3rd and 5 on the 31-yard line. Wildcats looking to draw Western Oregon off again. More pressure being shown. Pass gets out to Roots, but Roots met immediately and forced out of bounds by, it looks like, Tyler Wharf.
Yeah, great job with the outside pressure, and Tyler Wharf jumping up there real quick to hit Roots out of the backfield for no gain.
Tyler Wharf, real Iron Man. 2017, 2018, hasn't missed the game. Played all 11 games in both seasons.
And Parnell on the play on that one as well. Again, all these defenders for Western Oregon have been doing an excellent job. Fake punt up the middle.
Ooh! Big hit. As Michael, is that, I'm not even going to ask you, is it Marquise Sampson?
I did not see who was on there. I just saw the result of that play.
Look, he's the special teams player of the week. It's a fake punt. And this guy, number 5, comes out there, and it's like he's like a little jackhammer.
And right up the middle, right at that first down marker, hit. Punter goes down, short of the first down. A turnover on downs for Central Washington. Western Oregon coming out with excellent field position and this 7-point lead to see if they can add to it right now. Sampson on the field to see if he can maybe get some points off of that turnover he just created.
Thomas Wright, Marquise Sampson. We see Ford out at the top, who had the opening touchdown on the opening play of the game after the kickoff. Curry goes to Jackson. No, it's a fake. Curry now goes to Wright. Wright on the slant. He'll pick up a first down. And we're seeing things out of Ty Curry. It's just I think it's just confidence growing.
Yeah, just a little bit of a fake there. Waiting for his receiver to come open. Thomas Wright cuts back in, catches that ball going down to the field, but a first down. Great job by Western Oregon to start this drive off after the turnover.
Now on the 22-yard line, Western looking to get right back the points that they gave away to the Wildcat offense at the end of the first quarter. Curry to right. Sets up that first down. And now Curry goes up top. He's got a man open. And is it Sampson laying down in the back of the end zone? Touchdown, Wolves! 20-7. Where has this been all season?
Ty Curry sees him come over the top, drops it in perfectly just down to the ground. The safety can't get there. Another touchdown for Western Oregon's offense. Great way to start out this first half.
This is unreal. I mean, it's like everything in the playbook is working today. I'm going to use what you said, Mike. They saw something in prep, and they've been able to take advantage of it for the first quarter plus. The kick is up. It is good, and the Wolves now have a 14-point lead again. More second quarter action coming up on KWVT, Channel 17. All right, Michael, I need a little history lesson. I believe 3 weeks ago when Western Oregon won 36-26, Ty Curry was the player of the week and was responsible for all 5 of the touchdowns for Western Oregon. I will go take a look at that. I don't have my crack crew on it right now on research, but Curry now 5 of 9 on the day, 3 touchdowns and 139 yards, adding a very new and nice wrinkle to this Western Oregon offense.
Tony can't do camera work and do research for us at the same time.
Tony, you heard it. We need to know.
Great job by the crew, as always, making us look good, sound good, and everything else during these games.
Well, here we go again. We got about 2 minutes gone in the quarter, and Western Oregon's gone on and scored again. It is Sampson on the 22-yard touchdown pass from Curry. It was a 2-play, 34-yard drive, 36 seconds, giving us our score of 21-7 here on homecoming weekend here from Monmouth, Oregon. Gross's kick goes deep. Center fielder catches it at the 1-yard line, and he is looking to get outside the 20-yard line. But again, Western Oregon just looks the part of I'm here to do a job and do something right on every single play today.
Yeah, the last few years for Western Oregon, they definitely haven't looked like this. Everybody's swarming to the ball all day long. They look like they want to come out and win a title today and just get a little bit closer, almost, again, cinching it up with a win here today against Central Washington, the biggest competition for that title this year.
All the years I've been here and all the conference games, it just seems like the Wildcats bring out some of the best football the Western Oregon has. Christian Moore on first down. He'll pass it out into the flat. Rainwater looks like he might have picked that up, but it could have been Mitsutani.
Yeah, usually during these games, I like to go to Roots a lot. With his injury, they're going to the short passing game so far today. But again, with these soft zones of Western Oregon, it does allow them to pick up 5, 6, 7 yards on these quick passes. Let them dink and dunk their way down the field and see if they can get into scoring range.
Assistant coach Bo Heiberger also is the meteorologist for the team. He said less than 10% chance of rain as the sunshine comes out. And the playing conditions right now, great for fall action football. Roots will get it. Churning away, he's going to pick up maybe 4 yards on the play, Michael. It'll bring up 3rd and short for the Wildcat offense.
Yeah, good job by Court Hammond collapsing the middle there from the defensive end position and making a stop there right before a first down for Central Washington. Huge 3rd down here in the middle of the second, still kind of the beginning of the second quarter. 3rd and 1 for Central Washington. Timeout on the field.
Great call coming from the
Timeout.
truck.
Central Washington University, first charge timeout of the half.
On that timeout, we'll take a short break here on KWVT, Channel 17.
We're back here right before a big 3rd and 1 for Central Washington. 12 minutes left in the second quarter.
Great call by Director Ken Luiteg. Michael Roots back in the game. He's in the backfield with Christian Moore on this bunch set. As maybe they're tipping their hand. They'd like to give the ball to Roots to pick up this first down. They'll stretch the play out. They'll give it to him. And Michael Roots, whatever they did on the sideline, he does look a little gimpy going out of bounds, but he did put one foot down in front of the other as he's coming back in the game and playing with a lot of guts.
Ironman football right there. Great job by Roots with an injury, but even slowed down, Roots is still better than most running backs in the GNAC. Another first down for Central Washington as they're trying to drive, get back in this game still.
Big offensive numbers being put up by both offenses as Moore looks down, has a man open again. And I don't think that's going to go as a catch. Tony Archie doesn't look it in. I can tell you.
I think Curtis Anderson's upset about that.
Because
as they run the play action pass here, he has both of his receivers open. It looks like he gets 1 foot down, but doesn't completely control the ball and make a move. But Curtis Anderson was there to pick it up and take it to the house there. So possibly good luck as a drop there for Central Washington. Leaves it up to a 2nd down. They still have the ball.
On the 47-yard line, Moore and the offense looking to get back into the game. Big pressure being shown. Nice catch. First time we've seen that particular formation and that outcome today as number 82, as we'll take a moment to make sure that we have correct information. Michael Campbell.
Yeah, heck of a job of Moore staying in the pocket there, knowing that he was about to take a hit. A good diving catch, and looks like 3rd and 2 yards from the 45-yard line for Central Washington.
Campbell outstretched for that play.
Possibly 4-down territory here.
First time we've seen Moore underneath center. Now he's got pressure coming. It was from Hammond. And again, diving catches being made everywhere. Tyson Rainwater will pick it up.
Yeah, that Archie Rainwater combination at receiver for Central Washington doing a great job today catching the ball, hold on to the ball. Unfortunately for Western Oregon on that play, not enough defensive line pressure. Moore had plenty of time, picks up a 1st down, 1st and 10, Central Washington from the 40-yard line of Western Oregon.
Offense picking up some momentum and steam, and Moore again standing in the pocket, passes high. Rainwater would have liked to have had that because I think he thinks he had the advantage against Jalen Parnell.
And you see on this play, they did get some defensive line pressure up the middle. Moore had to rush his passer just enough to overthrow it a little bit for Rainwater. Excuse me, you say Archie or Rainwater on that one? I was looking in the backfield at that time, but Moore did go down on that play, and that's the pressure that Western Oregon needs to get on him to get him uncomfortable in that backfield.
Moore has shown a great ability to look off receivers and find 2nd, 3rd, and at times 4th options. Moore's going right back to the air, but he's flushed out. Pressure coming. He might have to run on this play, and he is basically torn in two.
As Moore is trying to get to the outside and see if he can do a good Curry reenactment of getting some yards down the field. But a good job by the defenders coming up on that sideline, making a play right at the line of scrimmage. And now we have 3rd and 10 for Central Washington.
Great contained defense being shown by the Wolves this afternoon. Again, one of the things that we've been talking about all season is the pressure that they can bring. Joey Sinclair on the top of your screen at the other safety position, and here comes pressure up the middle from the Wolves as they're going after Moore here. And here comes the kitchen sink, and he's in trouble. He's got room to run, and he uses his 6'5" frame.
And you see a couple players for Western Oregon collide on the sideline, but it looks like everybody's getting up okay. But a great job by Moore as the pocket collapses. No contain on the outside there on this play, and he's able to get down the field, pick up a big chunk there of about 20 yards for a 1st down, Central Washington at the 20 of Western Oregon. We do have a timeout on the field.
Arn Ferguson wants to talk to his defense. We'll be
Time
back
out.
after this break
Western
on
Oregon
KWVT,
University.
Channel
First
17.
charge time out of the half.
Well, what you expect from a conference battle. The Wildcats of Central Washington took a very tough defeat. A unit that had not lost to Western Oregon since 1998 in Ellensburg did that just 3 weeks ago, and they're looking to pay back the favor here on homecoming weekend. Christian Moore in this Wildcat offense trailing by 2 touchdowns, but threatening. They'll get the ball to Michael Roots. Michael Roots gets stood up, but not before he gets close to 1st down yardage. And again, whatever magic things they did on the sideline on that training staff, Roots coming back in and being very effective.
And a good job by Roots, just hanging out, waiting for his blocks to form in front of him on a small, quick pitch play. And he picks up 8 yards, setting up a 2nd and short. And every offense coordinator's favorite play here, 2nd and short. You can run the ball or do some play action and pass the ball.
Moore going to hand it off straight up the middle, and Michael Roots on the season averages, I think, about 8 yards a touch.
Know your Roots. Roots is going right up the middle, doing the same thing he's been doing this whole quarter, and they're quick back up to the line of scrimmage. Quick play here for Central. They like that play a lot, but it doesn't work 2 times in a row. Great job by the interior of this Western defense, but there is a flag on the play.
Is that a feel thing from the offense and Moore has the call, like once he sees it, like boom, let's make the next call? Or is it something that came the call before and they said, we're just going to go hurry up after whatever we do?
I think so. You know, they see a hole there, and there's an adjustment that hasn't been made by Western Oregon. Let's just keep taking advantage of it until they fix it. And as you
Legal
see,
substitution, 12 men on the field on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. Repeat first down.
which would have been 2 plays in a row with 12 guys, because that was a quick huddle, or maybe somebody got caught not substituting there on that play.
It was pretty big wholesale substitutions coming for the defensive line as they were getting ready kind of for that goal line.
That old school Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, cheap. Let's see if we can get some free yards off an extra player on the field running up to the line of scrimmage.
First down and 10 on the 2-yard line.
Not my favorite play.
First down and goal. Really can't call it first down and 10. First down and goal. Green, again, I think Green might get called for moving a little bit early.
Yeah, he tried to set himself again, but that snap came right as he was trying to set himself. Looks like they're going to lose 5 yards.
Ball start. Number 68 in the offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Of course, they blame it on the big guys up front, even though the looks like the running back had moved a little bit soon.
That'll move the ball out to the 7-yard line. Matching number 7, Christian Moore, the quarterback for the Wildcats, having a very effective afternoon, even with 1 interception, is responsible for the lone score of the Wildcat offense on a 5-yard touchdown run. He's now passing out to the left side of the end zone, man wide open, and you guess, it was Tony Archie.
And Archie able to get that reception after the defender falls down. Looks like Evans falls down, and a good pass into the corner. See what would have happened had Braylon not fallen down, but a good job by Central getting back in this game. And another on-point pass from Moore.
Patrick
Extra point on the way.
Hegarty with the extra point.
See if they can get within 7 points.
Clean snap, kick is up, and it is good. It is 21-14. Wolves on top of the Wildcats. More second quarter action coming up on KWVT, Channel 17. .482 yards of total offense between the two teams, but talk about flipping a script, Michael Brown. It was 38 minutes of time of possession 3 weeks ago in Ellensburg, and right now, Central Washington behind Roots and Green and Moore are 2-1 in time of possession, and it's keeping them in this football game.
Yeah, Western Oregon scored on big plays early on the game. The 75-yarder, the 30-yarder to Evander.
Kick is away.
It's allowed them to control the ball, Central Washington.
Curtis Anderson has it, and he's happy to have it, wanting to run. He'll get out to the outside. He gets hit once, gets away from one, turns it up the sideline. He's at the 40, he's at the 50, trying to get away from one more, but he'll take it into Wildcat territory. And Curtis Anderson, you can tell he's just chomping at the bit to get the ball.
Yeah, Curtis Anderson looking around for blocks, looking, but no wrapping up by the Central Washington special teamers. Allows him to get around to the outside, tries to get one more block to take it to the house, but a great job by Curtis Anderson, one of my favorite players in the GNAC conference, making plays all over the field, this time on special teams.
It's just the eye test. When you look at him, he looks like a football player. He makes heads-up football plays. He leads the team with 4 interceptions on the season, 2 of them a week ago, icing the game at Texas A&M Kingsville, as Western Oregon, as we mentioned earlier, riding a 4-game winning streak, looking to make it 5 on homecoming weekend, leading 21-14 inside Wildcat territory. Curry will hand it off to Land. Land looking for big yardage again. He'll turn it upfield, using the blockers and picking up 5 yards on first down.
And as you were saying earlier, Central Washington has been controlling the clock after those early plays of Western Oregon, so it's good to see Western try to come out and establish a ground game right now, use up some clock, keep their defense off the field. And obviously hope to score by the end of this drive. 2nd and 5 for Western Oregon.
Scoreboard's going to give them 6, but we'll see. 2nd down and 4 on the 39. Curry in the shotgun. Per usual, gives it right back to Land, and Land really, really strong running. Again, really the core tenet of this entire season for Western Oregon was basically pounding the ground, and they have done it so effectively, out-rushing teams basically 2-1 all season.
Yeah, just running behind Belinsky, Pruitt, and Needham right up in the interior of that line, and it works once it gets going. They had some fun with some deep passes early in this game, but now it's time to establish the running game for Western Oregon.
Pound that ground. Land and Nico Jackson along with Curry. And again, penalty flags really marring the second quarter, as really the rhythm of this game has been kind of robbed by how many times we've had to see yellow flags.
False start, number 79 in the offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And that'd be Christian Needham on the false start there, and he was pretty upset with himself right after that play. He's ready to go along with the rest of those offensive linemen. They get a chance to just, it's always the fun part of being the offensive lineman. You know when the snap is, you know when you get to hit somebody. Sometimes you get too excited and you jump a little bit too soon. 1st and 15, Western Oregon.
Curry handing it up, actually faking it to Land, stays on his feet, and he'll be sacked for a loss. And again, something about basically kind of making those changes. You can tell the Wildcat defense has started to key in on what successes basically that the Western Oregon offense was having all throughout that first quarter.
Yeah, you see as they're running an option play, and a good job by the defensive end there, protecting the outside there, not letting Curry get to the outside. Curry tries to spin, setting up a long 3rd down here for Western Oregon.
Need to get the ball all the way down to the
2nd down.
About the 23-yard line, it looks like. Curry passes over the top, intercepted by Central Washington. Curry actually had 2 open and available options.
Late hit out of bounds as well here to add 15 yards to that turnover. Curry sees his receiver open down the middle, down the seam, and it's a good play, but unfortunately he falls down, and it leaves an easy interception there for the Central Washington defense, and a turnover and a chance for them to tie this game before halftime now.
Again, in any conference game, that's what we talked about, interceptions or fumbles. As again, the sun has come out. Not much rain to be seen, as there was plenty of it last night and earlier today. But right now, they're going to go ahead and assess the penalty. Should move the ball actually into Western Oregon territory, and the Wildcats will have an opportunity to tie this game up on this drive.
The result of the play is an interception. First down, Central Washington. At the end of the play, personal foul, number 23. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
And yeah, as you see, it was not a very vicious hit out of bounds, but it was a late hit past that white marker on the sideline. Black marker on this sideline.
Omari Land will get the penalty. It'll bring the ball all the way down to around the 44-yard line of Western Oregon, and Christian Moore kind of been
Central Washington with the momentum right now for sure, as they've been able to inch their way back into this game.
Braylon Evans has Tony Archie on the bottom of the screen, as Archie's closing in on 10 receptions here in the first half. Moore's looking in that direction. He's seeing pressure, throw up in the air, trying to time it and get it at the apex. Wolves defender will knock it away.
And a good job. Moore looking, trying to find a receiver, but a great job by the whole defensive backfield. Able to run step for step with the receiver, knocks the ball away. 2nd and 10 for Central Washington.
Hurrying up is Moore to get this offense going. Western Oregon showing some pressure. Ball goes out, and wow, Anderson wanted to jump that route. Tony Archie wanted to catch it and run.
But a great job there on that slant by Anderson, just being able to reach his hand in there and knock that ball away as Archie was trying to bring that reception in.
Archie might have heard a few footsteps on that play.
3rd down and 10. Big play here, Central Washington.
Pressure again being shown by this linebacking core and front four that's been so effective for the Wolves defense. Great pressure being shown off the offside. Moore going up over the top. Moore, I don't think they're going to call that a catch. So they're going to say Rainwater had 1 foot down. He catches it cleanly. There's no doubt.
That would be a Central Washington at home call that they're getting in Monmouth right now, looks like. But
oh, that's clean. I'll tell you, great work, guys. I think he does.
Great job. He does get that 1 foot down. First down, Central Washington from the 15-yard line.
Inside the red zone. Moore in the Wildcat offense after trailing 14-0 now. Little play action, man wide open. And they have found what they're looking for. And with an extra point, this will be a tie game.
Very similar to the Evander Willingham touchdown for Western earlier. They fake pass one way, fake pass the other, and then try to find a receiver up the middle. Curtis Anderson reads it just a little too late, not able to get over there to try to make a pop on the tight end. Another touchdown. Central Washington, extra point to come. See if they can tie up the game.
Waiting for the extra point. And a seesaw conference battle now is tied up at 21. I told you should have brought all your beverages, all your food. Don't move. It's going to be a good game. 4 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in the first half, Michael. And I mean, as fast as it started, 18 seconds in, it was 7-0. But since then, we can say Central Washington playing basically tit for tat, and basically they've taken everything, and now they're right back in the football game. And when you are on the road in a conference game, especially after losing at home for the first time in 21 years, again, you got to like right where you're at.
And for Coach Fisk of Central Washington and his whole team, he had to tell them early on in the game, Western Oregon was getting very big, giant, fluky type plays. You don't expect 75, 80-yard plays, 50-yard plays very often. At this point in the second quarter, Central Washington is a team that's been able to establish a ground game, establish the passing game, 10, 15 yards a pop, control the ball right now, and it's allowed them to get back in the game. But it's still just 4 minutes left in the second quarter, a lot of game left. We could see another 60 to 80 points in this game, realistically, the way both of these teams are playing.
I'm going to be hungry by then, Michael. I got to tell you, amazing so far offensively. Both teams perfect in the red zone. Western Oregon 1 for 1. The Wildcats 3 out of 3. Almost 550 yards of total offense in this first half. Marquise Sampson will get at his own goal line, looking to see if he can establish field position, running straight up the middle like a pinball, horse collared to the ground, and he'll give Western Oregon the ball at the 35-yard line. Can't go overlooked.
As you see him there up the middle, trying to get that burst of speed. You like to see him in the open field, but a good job of tackling up the middle there. And with 4 minutes and 30 seconds, again, like I said on the last drive, Western Oregon's going to want to try to eat up as much clock as they can to hold this momentum going into the half if it's possible for them.
Western Oregon did receive that opening kickoff, Michael, obviously, and scored on their first offensive play from scrimmage. Nico Jackson in the backfield looking for that 4-minute offense as Jackson will start the drive, running off the left side, a far more upright runner than Amari Land.
Upright runner, likes to use that power, run over some defenders, and pick up, 4, 5, 6 yards. And a good job on that first down play of picking up 5 yards. But we do have a whistle on the field.
Looks like we have a player down on the far side of the field for the Wildcats. According to the booth and in the truck, it is number 41, Hamilton Hunt, linebacker, 6 foot, 230 pound, red shirt senior from Salem, Oregon, and West Salem High School.
And with this little break we have here, again, this is homecoming weekend. Everybody with their red towels out today. The tailgaters out this morning having a good time, even though we had some big rain off and on as the morning went along. But it's been a really fun day out here in Monmouth today.
As we're working our way towards halftime, we will have a special guest in the Western Oregon Broadcasting booth for KWVT, David Foster, the Organizational Leadership Degree Program here in Behavioral Sciences Division. The president will be with us today, David Foster, at halftime. Stay tuned for that interview. Right now in this seesaw back and forth battle between GNAC opponents, it's a tie game at 21 if you're just joining us. The action being brought to you by KWVT Channel 17, the exclusive home of the Western Oregon Wolves here in their football season. So far, what a season it has been. After starting off 0-2 against a couple of Texas teams, Western Oregon owns a 4-game winning streak, and that is being put on the line this afternoon, and the Wildcats have bounced back after trailing 14-0 to tie this game at 21 with 4 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the first half. Curry gives it right back to Nico Land. Land will go off left side. He'll pick up a couple of yards. It'll be third and manageable. This could be a spot where you maybe see Curry on the quarterback draw.
You see Nico Jackson coming out the game now, and it looks like they may decide to go 4 or 5 receivers wide on this play. Again, having some good positive plays with the running game. They're going to decide to do something here, possibly Curry up the middle. Let him make a play with the offensive line.
Wildcats defense trying to close down those gaps. They'll send Sampson in motion. Sampson gets the handoff, but again, almost a telegraph play. It's almost something you know that they're at least 2 or 3 times a game. Curry wants that, had the option to hand it to Sampson, keeps it himself, and that's the trust that they have in him as a senior quarterback.
Again, you take it, you go 5 wide, you lose a couple of linebackers up the middle. You let the offensive linemen go man-to-man against the guys across from him, and just let Ty Curry use his speed to get that first down, use his big frame to get that first down. A good job by Western Oregon on this drive with 3 minutes left in this first half.
Curry and Jackson in the backfield. High snap. Jackson gets it. But, again, Ty Curry faking one Matthew Vincente Palumbo out of his shoes or out of his eyes. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll move the ball into Wildcat territory.
That was about a 5-yard pump fake right there. As he's looking for a receiver down the field, he throws it. You get 5 defenders from Central Washington dropping back just enough for him to pick up a good positive chunk on that first down play. As they're using this clock up right now, just getting into the Central Washington territory, 2nd and 4 for Western Oregon.
Curry and Moore have matching interceptions. They've both been costly. Curry, though, will hand the ball right back to Jackson, short side of the field. Jackson turns it upfield, makes a 1 tackler miss. And again, that'll be first down yardage. They'll move the chains. And I think he was forced out of bounds. We should see the clock continue to run.
As you see, they just hand it off. He's got a lead blocker in front of him. And good job by Nico Jackson following his blocker, picking up the first down and continuing this drive for Western Oregon as they're trying to get this crowd back into it right before halftime. So hear the band playing today. It's a fun day out here in Monmouth, Oregon, MacArthur Field.
Curry now in Wildcat territory at the 44. He's going to pass on first down. Pressure being shown. He'll overthrow it. And again, a smart play. Well, the sun was once here. It's now disappeared. A little bit more wind. Maybe we'll see a little bit of rain here as we head towards halftime.
Yeah, he may have had a chance to throw the ball down the field into the end zone to his receiver, but decides to hold off on that and throw the ball away, setting up a 2nd and 10 for Western Oregon.
1 minute, 56 seconds left. Having some technical difficulties in the booth. We'll get some good halftime statistics from the athletic department. We'll be able to catch you up on some of the things that we've missed so far, but Curry will give it back. No, he'll fake it again, and he sees big room to run. He's looking to the 30. He's looking to the 20. He's got nobody to beat but one player. Curry to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolves! 44-yard jaunt. The Curry Express, and the Wolves are back on top.
Again, it looks like he's going to hand the ball up the middle, and Nico Jackson decides to do the quarterback keeper. Great blocking down the field. Sampson with a great block. Thomas Wright with another great block. And Ty Curry able to take it to the house and give the Wolves a possible 2-touchdown lead going into the half. 1-touchdown lead going into the half.
Maybe it's foreboding. Maybe there's going to be a turnover. I don't know. Kick is up, and it is good. Michael, I mean, I think you and I are thinking, hey, we're going to play it conservatively. We're just going to keep handing the ball off. We're just going to keep doing this. And then Ty Curry gets the opportunity that he's been waiting for all afternoon to call his number, and a great play call from the offense.
Again, you're handing it off to Nico for those last 3 plays. He's picking up positive yards. Again, 5, 6, 7 yards a pop. And this time Ty decides to keep it. And a great job by that Western Oregon team. As a team, blocking all across the field, allows Curry to get down the field and get a touchdown.
What are we going to call you? Like Michael Domtress? like Nostradamus? I mean, you said there could be like 60 or 80 more points. And points just went up on the board. It was Curry on the 44-yard touchdown run. It was a 7-play, 66-yard drive, taking up 2 minutes and 48 seconds. And the Wolves are on top now, 28-21. Big day for Curry. Unbelievable. Curry, the leading rusher now at 5 carries. Looks like he's got about 93 yards, 44 of them picked up on that touchdown run.
And that's the great thing between Land, Nico Jackson, and Ty Curry. You don't know when they're going to pick up those yards, but they will get those yards as the game goes along. Reminds me of old Nevada team with Colin Kaepernick when they had 3,000-yard rushers back in the day. It's fun to watch a pistol-type offense be able to do these things on the field.
Gross is going to kick it away. Obviously, Central Washington would like to see if they could put points on the board as they'll inherit the first possession of the second half. Short kick from Gross. Wildcats get it around the 10. And they're going to pick up all right field position there as the kick will come out.
And you'll see what Coach Fisk wants to do for Central Washington here. 1 minute and 40 seconds left to see if they're going to try to get 70 yards or if they're going to work their way down to field goal range.
2 timeouts left for Central Washington, Michael. I got 2 timeouts left for Western. Joey Sinclair and Curtis Anderson, very, very important factors as this game will go on. Sinclair with an interception already, and Anderson showing that he'll be around the ball all day. More passing on first down. Instead, he'll run the ball, but he is met at the offensive line. Great, basically staying at home defense.
Burnett with a great job in the middle there, able to take down Moore, holding him to a very short game, but the offense is back up on the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're going to try to do their 2-minute offense right now.
Proctor able to get off the field in time. Moore out to the right side, throwing behind his receiver. Joey Roos couldn't tell on that far side. Andrew actually, Valert? No, it wasn't Valerdes.
I think you were right with Roos when he said that. Or Sinclair, excuse me.
Got 3rd and 9. Moore now out to the flat. He'll get the ball to Roots. And Roots is tackled. Jalen Parnell. You know, pretty fleet of foot.
Parnell is all over the field all the time. A great job with Roots going out to the flat there. Parnell doing a great job underneath.
Western Oregon University. That's their second charge timeout of the half.
Underneath of the zone, making a big tackle there on 3rd down. Now it's a 4th down. It looks like we have special teams coming out for both teams. So maybe there is a possibility of a 14-point lead at the half for Western Oregon. We'll see what happens.
You know, I always think about some of the conversations we have when we watch, the professionals play. And they talk about a division game and how specifically different that is. And it's got to be much different if you actually win that first division game on the road. The confidence that it brings when you come home. But right now, Central Washington looks every bit like they're in this game and would like to return a very similar favor.
Central Washington being the class of the GNAC for the last few years, they want to get their swagger back right now. And it's just a 7-point game. They know that they have beaten Western Oregon plenty of times over the years, so they're just trying to find their way back in the game right now.
It's the 44th
but
meeting
with the punt
between
team coming out here and Western having the ball for the end of the half, we'll see what happens here with this punt return to see if a real chance
the
of Western getting points.
44th time these teams have met. Series is led by.
It looks like another timeout on the field.
No, they're just giving you time.
Western Oregon University. That's their final timeout of the half.
Since 1987, when they first started playing this series, Central Washington holds a 33-11 overall series lead in this. Obviously, the big victory that we talked about several times in the first half, 1998, was the last time until 3 weeks ago that Western Oregon had won in Ellensburg. Longest winning streak in this series, though, 14 games for Central Washington. Longest streak for Western Oregon, 4 games.
Yeah, when you get on those losing streak, I'm a Rams fan. The Rams lost to the 49ers 17 times in a row. Lake Oswego lost to Lake Ridge 17 years in a row. You can get used to losing, but it can be turned around, and the other team, the losing team, can become the dominant one over time. And that's what Western Oregon's trying to do right now.
Raining a little bit here to end the second quarter. A little bit of that rugby-style kick trying to buy some time. Western Oregon just lets this ball hit the ground.
There.
Yeah, they'll knock that ball maybe inside the 15, right around the 14-yard line. 36 seconds remaining. Curry on the previous play on offense was able to call his own number, running off the left side for 44 yards. And he is responsible for all 4 touchdowns this afternoon.
And we'll see if they're going to, looks like the sideline's already moving, so we're probably going to get a downed clock here, down ball, and go to halftime, where you get to do a fun interview here very shortly.
I do. I can see that David Foster's been in the booth enjoying a little action from a different vantage point as they will kneel down and the clock will continue to roll. Michael, just before we do hit the break and we come back with Mr. Foster, really couldn't ask for a more entertaining first half.
Yeah, definitely a great first half for Western Oregon and Central Washington. Both the teams putting up a fun, exciting half, and we're looking forward to all the action in the second half to see what happens and see who the king of the GNAC will be, as we should know that by the end of this game.
600 yards of total offense combined between the two teams. 28-21, the Wolves on top of the Wildcats. We'll be back for our interview with David Foster here after this break on KWVT, Channel 17. I am alongside David Foster, the Organizational Leadership Degree Behavioral Science Division Program Director. Now, it's a mouthful, and you said you've only been doing it for 3 weeks, so I need a little bit of a lead-in. You said you've been at Western Oregon for 20 years. Tell us about the program, and we'll go from there.
Okay, thanks, Matt. The program is brand new at Western Oregon. We've been active for 3 weeks now. We're focused on organizational leadership, and so what we're trying to do is we're trying to help people develop the knowledge and competencies to effectively lead at any level of the organization.
Well, what kind of organizations? I mean, obviously there's classrooms, there's bureaucracies. Where do they start?
Well, that's an excellent question, because our program is designed to prepare anybody to lead in any type of industry. We focus more on humans. So instead of an MBA program where you're focused more on analytics and numbers, we're focused on how to interact effectively with other people, how to work effectively in teams, how to be creative and innovative, and how to lead at any level in the organization.
Obviously, you're targeting a specific type of student, or it's just something that through curriculum and basically program development, this idea came up and there was support behind it. And you said it's only 3 weeks old. It's an infant.
It is an infant, and we are targeting specifically working adults.
Okay.
So the program is designed for people who are already in the workforce to enhance the skills that they have so that they can move upwards within their organization.
Wonderful. So if I was going to ask somebody, you're targeting that particular person, so they're already out there in the force. Are they coming to classes here? Is it something that's done online? Where's the classroom for this?
The classroom is both online, and we're offering some hybrid classes in Salem. So about 75% of the courses that we have are offered online, and about 25% are offered in Salem. And it's one night a week, typically in the evenings, either 5:30 to 7:20 or 7:30 to 9:20.
And classroom size has always been something I've talked about here and why it's such an effective thing. The smaller class sizes allows for that more one-on-one contact with people. What's the relative size of these classes right now?
Right now, the classes range between 15 and 20 students, which we think is excellent. So within our first year, we already have 21 people enrolled, with about 6 or 7 more people coming in the winter and spring terms.
Kind of back me up here a little bit. 20 years at Western Oregon. Tell me a little bit about your history and why they dubbed you to be the director of this program. It's clearly something that maybe they looked at you and said, David, maybe you're a good fit, or maybe you heard about it and you said, I'm a good fit.
I'm an industrial organizational psychologist by training, so that's for everybody who doesn't know that, which is everybody. I focus on psychology in the workplace and behavior in the workplace. And so 3 or 4 years ago, we put together an organizational leadership minor, and it's an interdisciplinary minor. So we have students taking classes in communications, in business, in public policy, in psychology, a variety of types of classes. And this program was the natural extension of the minor. So now we've moved from targeting just our undergraduate population to graduate students and the working adult.
Kind of led me right to my next question. It was like, I guess, how long does it take to complete the program that you're just starting? And I guess more importantly, for people that are watching us today or will catch us on some sort of replay, how are they going to find out information and be able to get in contact with you directly?
Okay. The program, how long it takes to complete it varies. If people go full-time, it's possible to complete the program within 5 terms, or about 1.5 years in actual time. If people, since they're working adults, typically they choose to go less than full-time. If they take 1 or 2 classes a term, they could still finish up within 2 years.
Wow.
So if people are interested in the program, they can contact me directly at my email address at fosterd@wou.edu or at 503-838-8805, or go on to Western's website and just type in the search term organizational leadership, and it'll pop right up.
So how many faculty do you have right now in that department? I said you're only dealing with about 15 to 20 students, but I mean, I don't know how many courses there are that are being offered basically simultaneously.
One of the interesting things about our program is we don't have any faculty in our department.
Okay.
We are borrowing faculty from all of the other departments. So we have faculty from business, faculty from communication studies, faculty from psychology, from public policy. We have people in staff positions on campus who have advanced degrees and a lot of experience who are teaching for us. So we have a really nice mix of academic and as well as people with lots of practical experience.
Talk about some of the things that we're seeing so far. I know only at 3 weeks. So what are the core competencies? What are the things that somebody's going to be able to learn that you said is going to bolster their opportunities to move up within their particular field?
Well, when people complete the program, they should be able to do 3 things very effectively. One of those things is work and lead within teams. So teams are something that organizations are going more to in order to be more effective and manage their workforce, but also to be creative and innovative. And so our program focuses a lot on giving people the skills they need to work effectively and lead effectively in teams. We're also focused on helping people build their skills to work in middle management, where the main goal is to create those kinds of teams and then help them interface with upper level administration to get the support and resources they need to implement their ideas. And then we also focus on helping people build their skills and competencies so that they can be effective at the administrative level. So strategic planning, working on vision, making decisions, deciding the course of the organization.
I guess in anything that we could talk about these days, we have to budget. We have to know how much something costs. Talk to us about the relative costs of this program and maybe the opportunities either through financial aid or ways that people could subsidize maybe getting this paid for.
Well, the good news is we have a discounted cost this year for early adopters. So typically at Western, a graduate course costs $493 a credit hour.
Wow.
Ours is $425 a credit hour. So it's a nearly 15% discount. And what we're doing is we're trying to work to make sure that people who come in early this year have that cost all the way through their program. At that cost, taking the 45 credit program would cost $19,125.
That was quick math. Somebody's been doing their homework around it. Now I got to give David. You kind of gave me the questions. I guess you just kind of leading us out on this. I go, what's your vision for this program at only 3 weeks old? But let's look out 2 years when you get the first group of people through the program.
My vision for the program is for when people graduate, they are able to see and value the things that they learned and the experiences that they had in the program. So much so that they're willing to come back and form an alumni network. So one of the nice things about organizational leadership is networking is huge in moving through your career. So if we have people that are very happy with their courses and what they learned in their degree, then they'll be willing to stay connected with Western Oregon University and help the next generation as they move through.
I'm not going to give you his full title, but David Foster, I want to thank you for your time. I'll give it one more time. It is the organizational leadership degree here at Western Oregon. David Foster is the program director. We want to thank him for his time. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll bring you first half highlights and stats coming up after this break on KWVT Channel 17.
Western Oregon University. It's halftime. It's been quite a first half. I guess I'm going to step into the screen there. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Michael Brown's going to be here. Give us just a second. Hey, there you are, everybody. Hey, it was explosive. I mean, really kind of this ebb and flow that went kind of quarter to quarter and maybe play to play. Momentum definitely taken away. I'm going to step out of the shot here for a second. Got some replays coming up. We'll get to those. But, Michael, I mean, that opening 18 seconds, I mean, right there you can see it.
Yeah, as you see, they get the ball to Ford, and he's able to get down the field. Not expecting a 76-yard, 75-yard play on the first play of the game, but it's a great way that Western Oregon was able to start it up. And then as the game went along, that first quarter, they were able to continue to score and score and score and get a nice two-touchdown lead early in the game, especially with the Evander open touchdown that we'll be seeing shortly. But again, it's all you could ask for from Western Oregon to start a game. Now, in the second quarter, as Central Washington was able to make some adjustments and work their way back into the game, they were able to eventually tie the game at 21. And then Western were able to get another touchdown just late in the second quarter to get a one-touchdown lead. As you see a lot of these, again, great receiver play from Western Oregon all day today. Thomas Wright, Marquise Sampson, Ford, making plays, getting yards after the catch. You see Central Washington, they're doing the same thing with their receivers. Rainwater, Archie, Moore, getting the ball to them consistently all day. And it's been kind of a back-and-forth game for this.
Yeah, really obviously fast-paced. I mean, I think we were talking about that first quarter. It felt like it was almost a running clock, and then we hit the second quarter. And really what we kind of found out in that second quarter is Western Oregon had multiple opportunities to basically grow the lead, but 7 penalties for 67 yards probably shot themselves in the foot a couple of times where they really had some momentum.
I think Western has an amazing ability of beating themselves. The rest of the teams haven't been beating them for the last few years. It is the turnovers, it is the penalties that allow the other teams to stay in the game. We'll see who can clean up their game in the second half because, again, both offenses and the defense, when they've needed to, have made plays so far in this game. You wouldn't know the defense is making plays with a 28-21 score, but it has been a great defensive game most of the time.
Amazingly enough, total offensive plays for Central Washington University, 41 for 278. Western Oregon, hey, we're back again. We're just learning some things today, doing some things a little bit different. Let me grab that sheet. Like I said, Michael, I'll tell you what's been amazing. I don't see many games, even when you get to play them in simulation, like in a video game, where you get 600 yards of offense. Western Oregon able to close that gap. That they held the time of possession such to a huge advantage in that game in Ellensburg, and it was the exact opposite for the Wildcats, but now they've kind of got that under control. Wildcats had it for about 16, and then Western Oregon for 13, and that long drive that was capped off by Curry's touchdown to end the first half.
Yeah, and again, it's the important thing here is that whoever can shut down the other team, it's very simple. With so many yards, so many big, giant chunk plays, whoever can eliminate those in the second half is going to win this game.
Ty Curry on the afternoon, 5 of 11 from the pocket for 139 yards and 3 touchdowns. Also has that run for 44 yards, all 4 touchdowns, and I believe now 9 scoring opportunities that he's had in these 1.5 games so far. His counterpart, Christian Moore, 17 of 25, an interception, 192 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Interestingly enough, Tony Archie had 6 receptions in the first quarter, only had 1 in the second quarter, but that one was a touchdown.
Yeah, they made some adjustments on that. It started going to Rainwater instead in that second quarter, but again, they figured out a way to get the ball down the field and score some points where they weren't able to do that in the first half when Archie was getting the ball all the time.
We're going to take a break here on KWVT. We'll be back for the start of the third quarter. It's the Wolves on top of the Wildcats, 28-21 on KWVT, Channel 17.
Welcome back to Monmouth, Oregon. I'm Matt Palumbo. We're going to get set for the second half here in a moment. Going to go through kind of the scoring drives in the first half. I know we had an opportunity to look at the replays. We'll just give you a recap. In the first quarter, it was Ford from Curry. 18 seconds into the game, a 75-yard touchdown, giving us the opening score of 7-0. It was Willingham in the back of the end zone, the 18-yard touchdown from Curry that made it 14-0. The Wolves looking like they were going to run away with it very early on, but then Christian Moore and the Wildcat offense gets right back on track, and they have a Moore 5-yard run that'll get the initial score and bring it down to 14-7. Sampson, Marquis Sampson, the GNAC Player of the Week in special teams, gets a touchdown that moved it back out to 21-7. And then it was Archie in the left side of the end zone on the north side of the field, bringing us to 21-14. And then Sanchez catching a pass from Moore, knotted the game up at 21. And then it was, as I like to say, I like to order the number 14, Ty Curry, and the Curry Express running for 44 yards. And the Wolves are on top, 28-21, heading into the third quarter. Michael, I can't imagine that there basically could have been much said in halftime other than, I hope you're prepared to play an entire 60 minutes.
Yeah, 60 minutes. Again, Western Oregon came out really fast in that first quarter. The second quarter, Central was able to get themselves back into this game. And now, who's going to step up first? Who's made the right adjustments at the half? You're going to see Western Oregon continue to do the running game, play action passes, and see if their defense can slow down Central Washington. If they do, Western Oregon could really jump out in this game and get a good lead.
I was going to ask you about that. I mean, obviously the adjustments were made for that play action. If Curry was able to get outside the pocket a couple of times and find receivers in different positions to get some of those chunk yards behind Amari Land, who was obviously finding plenty of room to roam today.
Yeah, Amari and Nico Jackson able to pick up some yards. Whenever they want to go to them, it's just depending on if they want to continue to do that.
Great sign for the Central Washington Wildcats on the bottom side of the field here on your screen. Michael Roots still in the game. Some sort of lower leg injury, but was able to bounce back after taking off a series. Kick will go deep near the goal line, and the Wildcats will open up this second half. And a big lane to run. Just straight ahead running, Michael. All that was Drake Owen going, I'm just going to run north and south.
North and south, look for the openings, just run right between the blockers, setting up some good field position to start out the second half for Central Washington at the 40-yard line. Let's see how this second half goes.
278 yards of total offense came from Christian Moore in this Wildcat offense as he'll start first down and 10 on the 39. High snap. Roots will get the ball. Really a bang-bang play there that could have really turned sideways. And there were matching turnovers, matching interceptions in the first half. Michael Brown, I think we're going to have to watch for that. You know that it could be one play today that could really swing the momentum of this football game.
It made it a two-score game when Western Oregon was able to get an interception in the end zone from Central Washington. Eventually that turnover for Western Oregon cut off that two-score game.
Roots will get it again. Roots keeps his feet, and he seems to have a little bit more pep in the step, and I think he's going to get the first down yardage, and the chain should move right here. That should be a first down near midfield. They'll call it third down. It'll be a short 1 yard.
Offense back up to the line of scrimmage very quickly.
Confidence being shown with Moore, the redshirt sophomore, taking over here. They started their season pretty rocky, but they've won their last 2 weeks.
They like to run up the middle on this play.
Going off the right side, good blocking, but again, better penetration, and Joey Sinclair coming up.
Sinclair, Proctor up there, great job by the defense as looks like they're gonna run an option, but he hands it off to Roots, trying to get to the outside, but swarming defense from Western Oregon coming up and making a great stop. Now you have the special teams unit out there for Central Washington looking like they're going to punt it off to Western Oregon early in this third quarter.
Western Oregon has someone position near their 15-yard line. Kick is up. Get away from it. Nobody wants to touch it. Wow, this is going to turn out great for Central. Central Washington now going to down the ball around the 3-yard line. Going to come out now. Worst field position that we've seen Western Oregon have all day. And it's going to be interesting to see how much they will depend on the running game here in the second half. It was so effective in the first half.
They also do like to break open very, very big plays. A 97-yarder would be a fun one to see here shortly. We'll see what Central Washington's defense has to put up against it.
Ford and Wright are going to be on the bottom of your screen. Amari Land, roughly 5 yards deep in the end zone, as Curry will take this hike in the end zone. Land gets it, runs straight up the middle. Little bit of breathing room. Not much gain there on first down.
But it is a good start to the drive. Get themselves off the goal line. A good 5-yard positive gain. Again, they've been picking up 5-6 yards with each running play on first and second down all day. And let's see if they're going to continue it right now.
Amari Land averages 5.9 yards per carry on the season. They'll give it second down and 6. Ball marked on the 8-yard line. Curry right back to Land. Now Curry keeps it himself. Curry starting to get more confidence as the day goes on and finding open pathways to run.
Very similar to the Central's first drive in this second half. They decide to run the option there. Curry keeps the ball, runs behind Land, almost gets to the first down, but it's just a little bit short, and you have a 3rd and 1-yard line here for Western Oregon deep in their territory.
They're going to call it 1 yard to go, Michael. Going to have to get just outside the 14-yard line.
Still have this pistol look with the fullback out there.
Quiet on the field. Here we go. Curry, 3rd down. Big play here on that opening drive. Land will get it. Land runs right up the left side, and he'll have enough forward momentum to move the chains. A fresh set of downs for the Wolves offense.
And you like the way Western's coming out, just running the ball right up the middle. Great blocking. Amari sees the hole open, knows that he has the first down at that point, just trying to squeeze out another yard or two, holds on to the ball. First down, Western Oregon at the 17-yard line. A nice drive for them starting out this second half.
Got to be nice to have some depth and lack of injury. Nico Jackson goes into the backfield now to spell Amari Land as Land picked up the first down. Ball now at the 17-yard line, just about 4 minutes into the third quarter. Curry will fake it. He wants to go up the middle himself. Gonna have to be careful sometimes there, Michael. I mean, he exposes himself to the big hit.
Yeah, it's an option play. Option quarterback has to be able to take a hit as he fakes the handoff to Nico, decides to hold on to the ball. Defensive end does a great job there for Central Washington, containing the outside, makes Curry have to run back to the middle. Picking up a short gain, though, still another 4 yards on first down. Looks like 2nd and a long 6 for Western Oregon.
The recipe for success for Western has been to run the ball all season, especially against this Central Washington team. Nico Jackson out of the backfield, a nice little wrinkle. He's got first down yardage. He'll pick up nearly 20 yards. I love seeing Nico come out of the backfield like that.
Yeah, it's fun. Nico usually pounding up the middle. This time finds himself open in the flat. Curry hits him. And then you get to see his speed when he's out there by himself, and he's able to get up the sideline, pick up a first down for Western Oregon at about the 35-yard line. Using some clock here on this drive as they try to establish the dominance here in the second half.
32 yards picked up so far on this drive as it started on Western Oregon's own 4-yard line. Nico gets it, and he just shows you the difference between him and Amari Land. Land really has the speed, but really, when Nico Jackson puts his helmet down, he's every bit of a football player that you would not want to tackle.
And again, they're both fast, but Nico Jackson and Amari Land, that thunder and lightning, and we're seeing the thunder right now with Nico Jackson just powering his way down the field, power. Great job by this offensive line, controlling the line of scrimmage right now in the second half.
Wright and Sampson, big target potential here for Curry, 2nd down and 5. And there's movement on the line. We'll get definitely penalty flags. Wildcats believe it'll be on the Wolves' offensive line.
Whoever points the hardest might win this
Ball start
matchup.
on the offense. Number 79, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Looks like the defensive line from Central Washington pointed the hardest and the fastest, helping the refs out with that penalty, and it goes against Western Oregon.
Christian Needham kind of having a tough afternoon, assessed for a couple penalties. Now here on this homecoming weekend that has seen 49 points scored in just over 2+ quarters between two conference rivals. Curry now, second down and 10 on the 36. It nullified that first down play. Curry's got time, gets away from one, throws it away. Oh, I didn't even see anybody down there. Looked like he was going to go for Murphy, just over Murphy's hands.
Yeah, it looked like he was in between two receivers there. Had a lot of pressure in that backfield, able to elude the pursuing defender. Gets the ball away, no sack. Still third and about 9 yards for Western Oregon here. Still at their 35-yard line.
Curry on his own 36 will need to move the ball out to the 46 here on third down. Curry's going to run on his own. Nope. Keeps it behind the line of scrimmage. Finds Jalen Ford. Ford turns it upfield. And I'll tell you, you better find that guy as much as you can. Jaron Ford loves to make people miss.
And Curry right away looks like he's about to run, but he sees his man come wide open. Gets it down to Ford right on the sideline. Nice block down the field for him, and then he uses his speed, almost breaks it. Great job by Central Washington defender picking him up before he does take it to the house, but a big first down there for Western Oregon. Setting up a 1st and 10 from the Central Washington 30-yard line.
34-yard pickup. That's two very large chunk plays from Jaron Ford this afternoon. Curry to Jackson. Jackson trying to get past the line of scrimmage, but he'll get just about back to it. It'll bring up 2nd and long.
And you see Nico trying to find a hole, not able to find a hole, stretching out a little bit. Does get back to the line of scrimmage, setting up a 2nd and 10 for Western Oregon. Central Washington hoping to get that momentum back on defense after giving up that big play. A good job on that first down for them.
Western Oregon, the last time they beat Central Washington here was on October 17th, 2015. It was a 31-25 victory. Wolves leading now by a touchdown just past the midway point in the third quarter. On homecoming weekend from Monmouth, Oregon, Curry looking to his left, now coming back to his right. Nobody underneath, may have to run the ball, but he'll hold on long enough. Thomas Wright at the 15-yard line, trying to dive forward and pick up more. Something I'm loving out of number 11 today, Michael, is his ability to stretch the play on after he catches the ball.
Yeah, as he has plenty of time in the pocket, moving around, shuffling his feet, finds a receiver open again on the sideline. As they're running a zone, he finds a hole, works his way back to the quarterback, goes down, first down again for Western Oregon. Great job by this offense in the second half so far.
Curry trying to have a very nice opening salvo to this third quarter if he's able to put a touchdown on the board. Already leading by 7 points. Curry fakes it to Jackson with time. Curry going to the back of the end zone. Player is down, and I think they're going to say it was inadvertent contact as Wright was going to break open, but no flag on the play.
Yeah, Curry was looking for Ford or Wright coming from both sides. They were both on some slants. He didn't like the look, so decides to throw it over. The receiver had some incidental contact and no flag on the play. So it looks like 2nd and 10. No harm, no foul for both teams on that first down play.
Thomas Wright, Marquise Jackson, Justice Murphy, Nico Jackson, all on the field at the disposal for Curry. Curry will give it to Jackson. Jackson just tries to get as much as he can out of that play.
And we haven't seen Amari for a while. It looks like it's Nico so far this whole second half. So while it is usually a 1-2 punch, they're giving all the carries to Nico, and he is working his way down the field. On this one, just a 1-yard gain. Good job by the Central Washington defensive line right now, but this is a very, very big third down for the Central Washington defense to see if they can hold Western Oregon out of the end zone.
On the season,
Coming into this game, Western Oregon 21 of 30 in the red zone, converting it for 20 touchdowns, only one field goal. It could be 4-down territory, as they have not used the field goal unit, but only 3 times this season. Curry looking left, a lot of pressure, man underneath. He'll get it to him. Justice Murphy will get inside the 4-yard line. He'll be down, and it will be first down. Goal to goal Wolves. Curry showing great poise in the pocket.
Yeah, and a great job by Curry. He's looking for a receiver, finally finds his receiver open up the middle. And a great job by Marcus, number 44, Central Washington, to take him down, because it looked like he was about to score. But again, it is a first down, first and goal from the 4-yard line, Western Oregon.
Large chunk of time being taken off.
Schimmelfennig.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember that last year.
I want to give myself a second to get that one all out. Trying to do it real fast, I might have messed that one up.
Yep. You'll see Marquise Sampson in motion. They'll hand it to Sampson. Sampson looking to the goal. Touchdown! Marquise Sampson, and the Wolves score, going up 34-21 with 5 minutes and 2 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
Just a jet sweep, and they let Sampson use that speed, take it to the house. I want to talk to Sampson. Nice job by Western Oregon on that one. Almost with the extra point, a 2-score lead. Great job by Western Oregon in the second half.
Andrew Gross looking to make the margin 14. Clean snap, kick is up, and the kick is good, and the Wolves are leading 35-21. Stay tuned for more action here in the third quarter on KWVT, Channel 17. Amazing start to this third quarter for Western Oregon on their opening drive. They gobble up 7 minutes and 59 seconds. It's a Sampson 3-yard run, and it was 14 plays, 96 yards that gives us our score of 35-21. Michael, you make an excellent point. Get a stop here and get another one of those drives and knock it in again, and you could do some serious damage to this scoreboard and Central Washington's chances at winning this football game.
So it's very important for Central Washington to come out here and try to get their offense established and keep themselves in this game. Very important drive here.
It's unbelievable, Michael.
Possibly a game-deciding drive here.
I mean, you look at this. 44 plays from this offense, 427 yards. I mean, it's full octane today.
Yeah, you know, you just saw him do it. 96 yards down the field, picking up third downs when they needed to, big plays on first downs when they had him going. It was a fun drive to see. Now I can see what the Western Oregon defense has to put up against Central Washington.
Gross is going to kick it away. Western Oregon's Wolves defense has got to just be ready. It's going to be a touchback. But Western Oregon's defense has got to be really excited about the opportunity they have. If they can get the offense off the field quickly for Central Washington and bring Curry out with all of the weapons that he's had at his disposal this afternoon. And he has let everybody partake in this offensive bonanza.
And without Roots on the field right now for Central Washington, that is a big loss that they have right now to help themselves get back in this game.
Moore now looking out to the flat. Curtis Anderson says, no big deal. Jolo Hillel gets the catch, his first of the afternoon, maybe his second.
Yeah, Moore with that quick play action pass, getting out there. But yes, you said Curtis Anderson doing a great job coming up to support and getting a tackle and keeping it to a short gain of just 2 yards when he did have some open field there to try to make a play. You like the defenders, especially the defensive backfield for Western Oregon every week this year so far.
Green will get the handoff, and Green is going to get stuffed. Green has carried the ball today 6 times for about 18 yards.
And you see that interior part of the defense for Western Oregon doing a great job again there, just stuff in the middle. Burnett, Cummings, Little around the ball. 3rd and 6.
Curtis Anderson back deep.
We see Joey Sinclair now coming up on the side. Moore now being forced to pass, goes over the middle, and he'll get the ball to Tony Archie. He'll be driven back by Braylon Evans, but first down yardage with momentum will be picked up.
Yeah, they put Hillel in motion there just enough to get the defenders to look him off. Allows Archie to be able to get up there, get a first down. Good job by Central Washington to keep their drive alive.
Moore trying to hurry things up again, has been effective all afternoon. Oh, a little bit of a trick play here. They were going to have Hillel throw it, and now they've got the Western Oregon defense pretty strewn out. It's probably going to be a first down, but they were looking for something big.
Yeah, they had a end around, looks like a pass down the field, but a good job by Braylon Evans to read it out and stay with the receiver there, but then Hillel decides to cut it back around the other side of the field. Looks like it had blocking for a screen set up. Not quite a first down, so we have second and short here for Central Washington, right about midfield.
Dangerous opportunity here for Moore and the Wildcat offense. They'll go right underneath. They'll go right back to the recipe that has worked for them all afternoon, and that is Moore to Archie.
With the lack of a running game today, they're just going with these short passes, and they do pick up a first down with a 5-yard gain there when they only needed one for a first down.
Solid answer from the Wildcat offense as they've moved the ball into Western Oregon territory, now trailing by 2 touchdowns for the second time this afternoon. Clock now approaching 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Christian Moore, the 2-time defending GNAC Offensive Player of the Week, giving the ball to Green, and Green will get a yard and a half on first down. Second down and long coming up for the Wildcat offense.
Yeah, good job by the Western defenders. I believe Proctor from the backside Jalen Parnell from the backside able to get into the backfield, tackle him. Green trying to get the roots type running game established, but unfortunately so far they have not been able to do that. 2nd and 9 for Central Washington at the Western Oregon 45-yard line.
Trips wide receivers out to the right of Moore. And pressure being shown by that interior line again. Good timing there. Tyler Wharf coming up on that tackle.
I believe Proctor on that tackle.
Got Proctor?
Yeah, Proctor 32 able to jump up there, being that middle linebacker that's supposed to defend that slant pass over the middle. Good, solid wrap up, 3rd and 5, Central Washington here.
Moore with the same set on the other side. He's forced to run and he's in trouble, but the 6'5" quarterback able to take a busted play and move the chains.
It looks like they're deciding the spot right now. We may see a measurement here. As you see, they may have gotten away with a holding right up the middle there. Moore able to elude the defender in the backfield, but they do get it. It's a 4th and short here, and it looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down. Huge play here with less than a minute left in the third quarter.
Sideline imploring this homecoming crowd to get in it. Moore might be looking to draw the Wolves offside and might use a timeout. Play clock now under 15. He'll snap it, and they'll give it to Green. Green will get the first down yardage, as I'm hearing the token cowbell from Wildcat fans and uttering the terms, and yet another Wildcat first down.
It's a good play, running it right up the middle. Green able to get past that first line, get another 4 yards on that. 1st and 10, Central Washington from the Western Oregon 35-yard line.
Likely the last play as we head toward 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and a big play for Moore here as he puts a lot of air underneath it and literally hits the receiver in the worst possible place. Tony Archie got hit in the hands and dropped a touchdown.
But it looks like there may be a penalty on Curtis Anderson for some extra words or some extra talking with the receiver, who does look like he dropped the ball on that play.
Where's the flag on the field, Mike?
It's in the very back corner of the end zone.
Really?
It was quite a bit after the play.
That's no good.
At the end of the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 3 on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Well, this is something that we were more accustomed to a year ago and had been cleaned up. But multiple times this afternoon on the offense and the defensive side of the ball, very foolish penalties have cost Western Oregon getting their defense off the field or keeping their offense on the field.
And again, it's just some words, some extracurricular words, nothing too heinous. You don't know exactly what he said, but enough to get a flag from the ref.
Puts it in the red zone, and Christian Moore now, with 4 seconds remaining in the third, could actually get this to a one-score game. Going to the end zone, pass is a little bit too high for Rainwater. Or excuse me, not Rainwater.
Archie, I believe.
No, it wasn't Archie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it is Rainwater. I don't know.
That's the end of the third quarter.
It's the end of the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter. We've got the entire fourth quarter coming up. The Wolves on top, 35-21 on KWVT, Channel 17. Back at Monmouth Field, and it is the fourth quarter in what has been a very exciting and explosive big play game from both teams. Western Oregon right now and their defense is being tested by Christian Moore, who's knocking on the door. Second down and 10 from the 18-yard line, and the Wildcats trying to draw within a score.
And obviously very important for Central Washington to score on this drive to get themselves back in the game. With a 2-score game right now, and we're looking for a ref to catch up to the action. With a 2-score game right now.
You'll see him run in. There he is.
Yes, there he is.
He was on a break.
He decided to join the game a little bit
welcome
late. So.
back. Second down and 10 on the 18-yard line. Hillel and Green are in the backfield. Hillel moves out. Now going to the end zone. Ooh, and Braylon Evans. Either Curtis Anderson or Braylon Evans could have had that ball if there had been just a little bit of communication, but that's tough on a bang-bang play.
See Moore again, plenty of time, finds his man down the middle, but a good job by the defender trying to undercut that. Looks like Evans was able to get underneath that ball, knock the ball away. And now we have a 3rd and 10 for Central Washington.
Couple of times that the Wolves defense has been able to put pressure on Moore. He's been able to evade the rush and pick up first downs a couple times with his 6'5" frame. He's got time again looking into the end zone. He gets the pass up, and it's broken up again. And I will tell you, this defensive backfield today has been superb at times.
Yeah, and with Moore putting the ball up in the air just a little bit more than he wanted to, allows the defender to get in there, knock the ball away. And obviously, I don't have to understate this at all, but this might be a big 4th down here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Wow.
The fifth quarter.
The 5th quarter.
Or we had Tony Romas or whatever it was for Blazers Hippos game. That was
I
nice.
don't know what just happened there, but 4th down here for Central Washington.
Moore now on a big 4th down. He's trying to see what he can get out of it. He's going to the end zone. He's looking for Archie. Archie doesn't get it. Braylon Evans on the play, and on 3 consecutive plays, the defensive backfield coming up big for Western Oregon.
Just trying to put it in the back of the corner of the end zone where only his receiver can get it. Just a little bit overthrown. Almost an attempt at it there for Archie, but he's not able to reel it in, get a touchdown. So it's a turnover on downs. And Western Oregon last drive able to work 7 minutes off the clock in a 96-yard drive. They have 82 yards to go for a touchdown here. See how much time they can take off the clock to try to salt this game away and take this victory for homecoming and all these fans that are filling up this MacArthur Field today.
Amari Land is back in the game. Ty Curry has really had great play calling all day and great decision making. They'll give the ball to Land. Land trying to make one man miss, gets it away. And I'll tell you, every time Amari Land touches it, he's only a sophomore. You can just see a bright future ahead.
And with his speed, his agility, he makes a man miss, and a great job there, able to hold on to the ball, wrap it up, and not get, as the Central defenders are going to try to rip these balls away as his clock is melting away here for them. Great job by Amari holding on the ball. 2nd and 6 for Western Oregon.
Typical situation, you'll see Curry hand this ball right back to Land. They like to basically, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Curry now even taking more time off the clock. They'll give it to Land off the left side. Land will only be able to get back to about the line of scrimmage, Michael.
Yeah, just barely to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a little bit of a loss there. Great job by the defenders up the middle, not allowing Amari Land to find a hole there. But again, working the clock right now, but it is a 3rd and 6 yards. Going to see what offense coordinator decides to play here, if they're going to run the ball again or if they're going to decide to let Curry do something and find a receiver down the field.
Brian Harris, Michael, I know what you were looking for. We gotcha. 3rd down and 6. Ty Curry now. Maybe he'll roll out of the pocket and see if he can find one of those receivers underneath. He is passing, rolling out, in trouble, and holds on to the ball. And that's the hardest hit we've seen Ty Curry take today. He does get up a little bit gingerly.
Yeah, as he's looking for somebody down the field, all quick routes, and nothing's open, so he decides to pull the ball down and see if he can get out and get a first down. Fortunately for Western Oregon, sacked in the backfield, brings out the punt team for Western Oregon. Central Washington about to get the ball back, down 2 scores.
Andrew Gross maybe with an opportunity with a big kick here. Help change the field position, but it is not a very good kick, but a fortunate bounce. And it'll be down. But the Wildcats and their offense come back on the field in Western Oregon territory, roughly the 49-yard line, trailing by 14.
With this little break real quick, if I can, I'd like to give a shout-out to my mommy. It's her birthday this week.
Aww.
Happy birthday, Mom.
We love you, Paula.
Maybe I'll take you out to dinner or something.
First down and goal, 49-yard line. The Wildcat offense back on the field. They'll pitch it off to Michael Roots. Roots, first action we've seen in the second half, and he picks up first down yardage, and he has put on what I call a good old-fashioned gut check performance today.
Roots is tough. Obviously, he's been hurt today, a little bit of a step slow, but he's still staying out there, still making some positive gains. A first down there for Central Washington as they're driving in Western Oregon territory.
Hurry up offense there, first down and 10 over the middle. And man, JoJo Hillel was the intended target. You would have loved to have seen somebody sunk down in that zone wearing a gray jersey, seeing if they could have picked that one off. It's maybe the most errant pass I've actually seen.
Yeah, quite a bit behind him, enough for Hillel not to even turn around and try to even reach for it because he didn't know where the defenders were on that play either. But it does just go incomplete, no turnover, so it's a 2nd and 10 for Central Washington. A little over 12 minutes left in this 4th quarter.
Moore's got pressure. He steps up, looking for that ball. Is the ball out? Is the ball out? Nope. Man, I thought he coughed that thing up.
Yeah, it looks like it was a set quarterback draw, or he just decided right away to tuck the ball and run. But as he's getting up the field, it did see a big commotion that possibly the ball did come out, but he was able to get the ball back. And now you got back to the line of scrimmage. You have a 3rd and 10.
Roots is in the backfield with him. Obviously, his favorite target, Tony Archie, on the bottom of his screen. Braylon Evans with the assignment. Moore's looking in that direction, but comes back the other way. Roots open, but great open field tackling. And I can't see for any reason why the Wildcats offense comes off the field. They are going to go for it.
And they knew what they wanted to do. There was 4-down territory. They decided to go for a 5-yard gain, make it an easier shot at picking up this first down here on 4th down. And we'll see what the Western Oregon defense can do, see if they can get control of this game here on homecoming day for themselves.
Moore now on the afternoon, 22 of 36, 220 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Big 4th down and 5 coming up here. Wildcat offense in trouble here, but Moore once again extending the play, but he doesn't get there. And for the 2nd consecutive time, Wolves will get the ball on downs.
And a great job by Warp right up there in the middle. It looks like he sees somebody but decides to tuck it again and run the ball. And right at the last second, Worf able to reach up, grab his legs, take him down, keep him away from that first down. Turnover on downs. Western Oregon with the ball. 10 minutes and 42 seconds left in this fourth quarter with a 2-score lead. They have to feel like they're in the driver's seat right now and just want to work this clock with Nico and Amari Land and Ty Curry.
This is about as good a situation as you can get. Homecoming, riding a 4-game winning streak. You got your arch rival within the conference on the ropes. Nico Jackson in the backfield with Ty Curry. They have the ball on the 32-yard line. Jackson will get it, running up the middle. He's looking for a lot of room, has to cover up. He'll move the ball into Wildcat territory, but chunk play after chunk play all day long for this Wolves offense.
Again, a great job by the blocking up front with Christian Needham, who we've called his name on some penalties today, but he did a fantastic job. And Nico Jackson holding on the ball when he gets to that second level. Two hands, fleet of foot, powerful. Picks up a great big giant play there. And Western Oregon's looking really good as this clock keeps moving.
Ty Curry is going to, as more time goes on in this fourth quarter, be more and more inclined to take the play clock under 10 seconds. Jackson gets it, and all you can probably hear them barking in Curry's ear is wait as long as possible and cover up. Do not turn this football over. They're in the driver's seat. They know what the win means. They first have to secure it, Michael, but a win today, they move 4-0 inside the conference. They will have beaten everybody in the conference, and they will have beaten Central Washington twice.
Central Washington, who has beat the other teams themselves. So, again, this is why it's a big game. Central Washington and Western Oregon are the cream of the crop this year in the GNAC.
Nico Jackson will only pick up 2 yards on that play after losing a yard on first down. Inside and even closer to 9 minutes than we are to 10 minutes left in this game. Wildcats defense has had to stay on this field an inordinate amount of time in the second half, and you can tell that Curry's just waiting for that one personnel situation again to see if he can get a player over the top. The recipe today, Michael, you said it, 40 rushes, 20 runs, and 10 of them over the top, and Curry has delivered. 3rd down and 9, and Curry is going to throw. Curry to the outside, underneath, and that's exactly what we said couldn't happen. Justice Murphy was the intended target, but Curry throwing it out really not where his arm strength is at.
Yeah, he's looking the defenders off, but he doesn't see that his receiver has been undercut. And again, Justice Murphy at least able to get a good wrap up on there and not allow the defense to score for Central Washington. And now we have this matchup again between the Western defense, Central Washington offense.
The result of the play is interception. At the end of the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 44, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
And that's
number 44's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game.
And that's Schimmel Fenig, who has been playing an excellent game today, but on their side for Central Washington, a big mistake with a personal foul penalty, the penalty that's been hurting Western most of the day today. But this time, Central Washington having to move back, but they do have the ball, 1st and 10.
They're moving it all the way back to the 21. It's a huge penalty.
21-yard line.
And Isaiah Williams, when he got that, if that ball is just even a little bit more underthrown, that's a pick 6.
That's a pick 6. But as good as a punt and a touchback here with Central Washington starting their drive.
Moore looking to get some big action. It'll go right out to Archie again. Archie moves it out to the 30-yard line, a 9-yard pickup. Archie now on the day, Mike, that's his 10th reception for about 120 yards. And just literally, it's almost just follow number 11 and you'll find the ball.
Yeah, with the soft coverage by the defensive backs, they're running these zones. They're just letting them go 5 to 6 yards down the field, turn around, throw the ball.
Parnell up the middle showing pressure. Quarterback draw design, and he slips and falls, but Christian Moore will pick up enough yardage to move it out to the 41-yard, 11 yards. Pickup for the sophomore quarterback.
And again, I think that was the play they wanted, a quarterback draw there. Let the defensive ends and defensive linemen work their way up the field, and he runs right up the middle, 1st down.
Moore now looking for big yardage here, wants to use that arm going up. He had Hillel open and just a little bit too much. something I haven't seen enough out of Moore. It'll come in time. It's a fundamental thing. He could just plant and throw.
Yeah, exactly. He's getting rushed in that pocket. He's moving around more than he wants to, and it does throw him off just enough that his passes are sailing over his receivers' heads in those situations. Again, give more credit to the Western Oregon defensive line getting to him every once in a while today. Enough to keep him moving.
Moore then going out into the flat. Oh, he's got a man wide open on a slant. Dangerous play there. As Drake Owens really done most of his damage on special teams, gets a big first down, moving the ball into Wolves territory. And again, a lot of football left.
Quick slant, and you see as he's working his way down the field, picking up more yards. They know they only have 7 minutes and 45 seconds left to get back in this game. You see Central Washington driving.
Green in the backfield. He's blocking for Moore. Moore goes out into the flat. He has Rainwater open. Rainwater will get the ball inside the 17. They'll pick up 17 yards, and it'll move it into the red zone.
And you see Central Washington sidelines. They're excited right now. They feel as if they're getting back in this game with this soft coverage right now, the zone that Western Oregon is running. But we are getting into the red zone now, and it does change up a little bit. They're not going to be able to run these 5-yard, 6-yard slants and hook routes. See how Central Washington adjusts.
Ball gets marked at the 19. Moore now flanked by 2 players in the backfield. They'll give the ball to Green. Green will take the ball down to about the 15-yard line. And again, you'd be happy just to see them take as much time as they need to get it in.
But there is still a lot of time left. 7 minutes left in this game, two-score game. If Central Washington was to be able to score right now, a lot of time left in this game.
Moore out of the same set now on second down, looking towards the end zone. He's got pressure, and he gets away. Shoestring tackle. Moore keeps going. He'll take the ball all the way to the 4-yard line.
And you love to see the fight that this Moore kid has right now. You see why he got put into the starting position 2 games ago and the effect he's had on this team. He's working his way down the field. You almost get him at the line of scrimmage, can't wrap up, and he makes another 7 yards, putting his head down and setting up a 1st and goal from the 5-yard line for Central Washington. 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in this 4th quarter. They are taking their time.
Yeah, taking the ball down to the 5-yard line. First down and goal for the Wildcats. Trailing by 14 and Moore, seeing if he can get the ball in the end zone. Got plenty of time. Throws it down low. Rainwater, the intended receiver, near the far pylon. It'll be an incomplete pass. And now we are under 6 minutes. 5 minutes and 59 seconds remaining. Looking at the board, each team, Michael, has 3 timeouts. There could be a lot to be decided, but Western Oregon's defense a couple times today in this particular part of the field has come up with timely plays and breaking up of passes, but Moore showing how effective he can be as a runner on this particular set of downs. And they had that play completely designed. Touchdown, Wildcats. It'll go to Caden Hammond, tight end, 6'2", from Bonnie Lake High School. And that was a very well-designed play, as the extra point team will come out, and we will see if this is going to be a 7-point game.
Yeah, he's basically an H-back tight end position there. They run the play action pass. Nobody accounts for him. He's open in the flat. Touchdown for Central Washington. Great drive by them to get back in this game, to make it a 1-possession game.
High snap. They get it down. The kick is up. The indication is good. 5 minutes, 55 seconds in a great battle. 35-28. Wolves on top of the Wildcats. Stay tuned for the rest of the game here on KWVT Channel 17. Well, this is what you play football for. And if you're a Western Oregon Wolves or you're a Central Washington Wildcat, you couldn't ask for a better football game. We've seen a little bit of everything today, and the Wildcats playing with an immense sense of pride, trailing 14-0 in this game and 35-21 to start the 4th quarter, are now within a single score after the 5-yard touchdown pass. Marquise Sampson, Curtis Anderson back deep. Curtis Anderson already owns 44 yards on one return today. Marquise Sampson a touchdown. It's a short kick. And Anderson will come up, he'll field it. If he can get one block and get away, but that's designed specifically to get the special teams underneath it and tackle early on. Anderson will take it out to the 31-yard line.
And now you get to see if they decide. Western Oregon last drive decided to run the ball, and then pass on a third down to continue their drive. And now you're going to see, are they going to continue to run the ball, or are they going to try to play action, get something going on these first couple of plays instead of just milking the clock? With 6 minutes left, it's important for Western Oregon to get a first down with the momentum Central Washington
My high
has.
prediction here is Omari Land will run the ball. Phoenix Smith and Willingham are both in there at tight end. Land will get it up the middle. And I'll tell you right now, this is a tough position, Michael. You're right. They talk about the play to win or play not to lose. You know that if they're going to come with that much pressure off the line, that some of those pass plays that Curry got early in the game could be very open now.
True. And but again, on running on first down, I don't see them passing on second down. They're going to keep trying to work this clock and leave it up to the defense then. Again, they have been running the ball well all day. There's no reason they can't get a first down on this, but Central Washington has clamped down this fourth quarter.
And to the recipe, there's only been 18 pass attempts, and that was the 34th run. It's just almost playing to the script that we heard from the beginning. Now going over the top, wide open, and I can't even handle it. Damon Hickok, it was his time, and he couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, with that play action pass, he's wide open down the field but can't locate the ball in the air. Ty Curry's rushed a little bit and throws the ball right before he wants to. And Hickok not able to get around and find the ball, drops it. Sets up a 3rd and 11, for Western Oregon. Very big play here for Central Washington's defense to see if they can get their offense back on the field.
Central Washington with all 3 of their timeouts, but Curry with time. He's going to look up the middle. He's got time to throw, goes to the sideline. It was going to be for Thomas Wright, but Andrew Gross is going to have to come kick this now. They only take 57 seconds, basically, 58 seconds off the clock on the 3 and out. Gross is going to have to do what he can to pin this team back for Central Washington, who has all 3 of their timeouts, and they have a quarterback that definitely has confidence to throw the football and can run the football when needed. Strange play. Gross actually gets away his best kick of the day, backing up Central Washington. Now wrapping up. Interesting things that happened on that play.
Very good special teams play. Very, very good special teams play. And then we have another penalty on the field. It's going to be a 15-yarder. Just depends on which team it's on.
I think it might be against Central. They were really barking at the officials about something that they didn't like before the snap even happened.
As you see the refs getting together on the field, discussing what this penalty is going to be.
The end of the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 15 on the Western Oregon, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down. That's his first unsportsmanlike conduct of the game.
Did they say what it's for?
No, it's unsportsmanlike, so just talking, mostly just talking.
It's not a hit.
No.
It's only talking. Okay, all right.
Could be a shove, anything else like that.
That'll bring the ball out to the 36-yard line. Christian Moore looking to go for big yards, throwing it downfield, has a man open, and unreal. Rainwater, all he had to do, Mike, I really do think, I don't know if dive is, I just think if he just kept running.
He felt like he could catch it in stride and keep going, but just at the tip of his fingers, Moore put it where he thought he can get it to him, but you see it just fall out of his hands there. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10, as the clock stopped right now with 4:39 here in this fourth quarter. Great fourth quarter here at Monmouth.
Got to tell you right now, Christian Moore has had a couple of passes he'd like to have back, maybe just a little bit. Drake Owen was in motion, pressure coming up the middle. They get the ball, and taken down for a loss is the top running back in the conference, Michael Roots, going down to the ground.
And I believe Jalen Parnell on the tackle there.
able to get up, read the screen, give some support, and get up there, get a tackle in the backfield on routes. Clock's moving now. See Central Washington figuring out what they want to run this third down. Might be 4 down territory, but with 3 timeouts, they may just try to get a first down in this and kick the ball back to Western. We'll see very shortly.
Coach Chris Fisk's first season at Central Washington. Pivotal moment for his offense. Moore flushed out, and he's got a lot of room. He can't slide, he won't go down, and he is tackled.
But it does set up an easier easier decision on going for it on 4th down here late in this game with 3 minutes and 45 seconds of the clock running. You see Moore doesn't see a receiver open, but the field gets wide open for him. He doesn't have enough speed to get the first down. And you see the punting team actually coming out now. And they did run a fake earlier, so be prepared for that. Some confusion from the Western Oregon sideline about who's supposed to be on the field, but they do kick the ball.
They're going to take their 3 timeouts and their their defense out to see what they can possibly do here.
Last drive, they were able to get a 3-and-out by the Western Oregon offense. You'll see if Central Washington's defense can come up big and give their team a chance to tie this game before the end of regulation. And Western Oregon, obviously, Coach Harris, Coach Shimabukura, everybody saying, hold on the ball, run the ball, work this clock, let's win this game. It's in our hands right now. We can do it.
Honestly, Michael, I mean, it's a case of two first downs will do the job. Ty Curry managing the game as expected today. Sends Ford in motion, hands it to Land. Land breaks free, won't go down, and now the clock even becomes more of an asset as Central Washington's defense now will have to make the decisions to maybe burn timeouts.
And you see Amari just following his blockers. Great job by them, and obviously great job by him keeping 2 hands on that ball, not letting any defender get a chance to rip it away and working that clock.
Wolves offense, 0 interest in doing anything before the 2-minute and 30-second mark. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
Here we go.
Look for Curry as Ford's in motion, maybe to run the ball himself. They'll hand it off to Land, and the ball is on the ground. Huge turnover. Play is blown up as Land does not get a clean look at the ball. But
you see the replay real quick. You see the ball just get knocked away.
Ball stays with Western Oregon. Some silly penalties today, Michael. But the one thing they couldn't do here was put the ball on the ground. Marquise Sampson in the ground. Land gets away with a mistake. It'll bring up 3rd down, and the clock should continue to run.
And it's running with 20 seconds left on the play clock. They're going to keep milking that all the way down. Milk. But let's see if Central Washington can make a defensive play here and get their offense back on the field.
3rd and 3 on the 37. The ball will have to get just outside the 40-yard line. Curry gets it. Curry tries to go forward. Curry doesn't get it. There should be an immediate timeout coming from Central Washington.
But it was what you expected on that 3rd down play that Ty Curry was not going to give that ball away.
University, that's their first charge timeout of the half.
Well, just like we said, there was an immediate timeout burned by Central Washington. Andrew Gross is going to have an opportunity. It's going to be a big moment for this team. Long snapper Jackson Holstead. I watched him warming up. Seemed very clean. Going to need to get a good snap. And Gross is going to have to pin this offense, or going to pin the Central Washington Wildcats deep. They will have 2 timeouts, and they have a powerful offense with a bevy of receivers that have really wreaked havoc at multiple times throughout the afternoon, especially Tony Archie.
Real quick, I always got to give a shout out to Brandon Gibson, the outside right receivers coach for Central Washington, former St. Louis Ram, Los Angeles St. Louis Ram.
Oh, you and your Rams.
Hey, whenever I know when there's one around, I got to say hello.
Well, a lot yet to be determined. Like I said, first a good snap, then a good kick, then a good clean tackle. Kick is up, good high spiral, and they're going to get it cleanly. And bang, bang play, and Western Oregon cleans up. 25-yard line. The Wildcats will have it, having to go 75 yards with 2 timeouts.
You got to love that play by the special teams there. Important time. This is your another flag on the play.
We're going to wait and see what this is. Hopefully we will not be seeing another unsportsmanlike conduct.
The end of the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 9, Western Oregon. 15 penalty, the end of the run. First down.
Something must have happened in this game at some point. They must have let the refs know, or the coaches know, that they're not going to tolerate anything, because they haven't tolerated anything in the second half. As you see, a little bit of a late hit. But big call right at this point in the game after a really good play by Ian Russell on that special teams.
Goes out to the 41-yard line. Now those 2 timeouts even loom larger as Moore is looking for big play on first down. Pump fake, he's running. And he ends up pitching it away. What a bizarre play.
But I believe there is some more laundry on the field on this play as well, with some action down the field.
That is wow. Christian Moore literally almost pitched the game away right there.
A lot of things happening all over the field right now. This is a pretty exciting inning to this game today.
Well, there's a lot of people wearing gray and white uniforms out there that are very interested in what this particular penalty is going to be.
Holding, number 25 on the defense. 10-yard penalty, net of the run. First down. Please reset the game clock to 1:31. 1:31. Thank you.
Derek Parnell on the call. It was right off the line. So basically, as he was giving that that jam at the line, they decided to call a penalty on that one.
Moves the ball.
Do not do anything right now. You will get called for a penalty. So
yeah. Play as clean as you can. Christian Moore still has both those timeouts in his holster. And now the big arm sophomore going underneath, gets a man open, and he gets Owen first down yardage, goes out of bounds, and he just looks the part.
Yeah, good job by him finding his receiver open in that bottom zone on the sideline. Receiver able to get down the field using his speed, picking up a first down. Now they're at the 30-yard line, Western Oregon territory. A minute and a half left in this fourth quarter. Central Washington down by 7.
I'm going to intimate in regulation as Moore now looking deep over the middle. And he'll get it to Hillel, and it goes down to the 11-yard line. A 20-yard pickup, and this, you can just tell Western they're gassed.
They are gassed. They find the receiver open in the middle. Receiver works his way up the field, gets it down to the 11-yard line. A minute, 6 seconds left, fourth quarter.
Big momentum now for the Wildcat offense, and underneath it's to Hill, and Hill's going in for the touchdown. This is going to be a tie football game with the extra point. Western Oregon still has all 3 of their timeouts. The extra point looming very large, and could you see Fisk go for 2 here?
No reason to right now with this momentum. Even if they go to overtime, they've done everything they wanted to do in this fourth quarter. It's going the way they want. They feel like they have control. But you never know. Could see a fake shortly.
First time, Patrick Hegarty in for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good, and this game is tied at 35 under a minute. I had a very, very, very strange feeling, Mike, around that 5:55 mark. This is going to end up being very long into the game. Western Oregon right now, with all 3 of their timeouts, maybe a chance to get great field position off of their special teams. But this has been a very tough pill to swallow for Western Oregon, as I am sure that they believed they had this game well in hand.
Well in hand with 14-point lead with 6 minutes left. But unfortunately for them, they haven't been able to get first downs when they needed, and definitely have had too many penalties, too many huge penalties. A lot of 15-yarders that allowed Central Washington to get back in this game. Now they have the momentum. Can Western Oregon use some of this home field magic and have something happen here in the last minute? We're about to find out.
Looks like the offensive coordinator, maybe it's the special teams coach, he definitely had something very stern to say to his group for Western Oregon. Hillel gets the 12-yard touchdown pass from Christian Moore. It's 4 plays, 59 yards in 44 seconds. The majority of those yards were handed to them by penalties via the Western Oregon defense.
Sloppy play, turnovers, penalties. It is a thing that will hurt Western Oregon. They do hurt themselves. And this time they've hurt themselves enough to let Central Washington get themselves back in this game.
Christian Moore now, 31 of 48, 4 touchdowns for 321 yards. Kick is up. It's a short kick again. It'll allow for position. Ooh. And they do the same thing again. And here we go. I don't think, got to be very careful here, Michael. You just do.
Just play the game. It's time to just play the game. They've been running plays. They decided to get conservative here halfway through the fourth quarter, and now they have to turn it back on and see if they can get their mojo they had in the first half. Ty Curry, it's who you want. You have a senior quarterback getting a chance to take him down the field. It's their Hunger Games moment. It's the time for them to see if they can handle the pressure and win a game.
Get themselves out of the fourth. I understand. Marquise Sampson, Murphy, Jackson, Wright on the field. Curry passing on first down. 35 all, and it's a first down underneath.
First down, stops the clock.
Ford.
Enough time for them to reset the chains. Moving up the field, trying to get in field goal range at least.
Jaron Ford having a huge afternoon with the first down. Ball moving out now. Close to midfield. Curry going again. He gets it to Jackson. Jackson takes his eyes off the ball. Jackson would have been able to turn around and run for days.
There were a couple of defenders there that may have been able to stop him before he got the first down, so we'll see if it works out in the long run. It does give them enough time to set up a play and not be in so much of a rush on this second down attempt from the Western Oregon 38-yard line. 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Tie game.
Gonna need roughly 40 yards of offense here to put Andrew Gross in range to kick. Curry's got time to throw. He gets it to Wright at midfield. Wright gets it. He'll get the first down. He gets down. They're coming up again. The chains will move. Clock stops with exactly 30 seconds remaining in regulation in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, great job by Curry seeing that Central Washington's running a zone on that play.
Western Oregon University, that's their first charge time out of the half.
Central Washington running that zone, Wright making his way over the middle. Curry connects with them, first down right at the 50-yard line. You can't ask for anything better on these first few plays. 30 seconds left, enough time with one timeout to work their way down the field. 2 timeouts to work their way down the field into field goal range. Maybe get lucky and break open something and get a touchdown.
Unbelievable game of just run after run, pass after pass. Very much an exciting game. 70 total points in a game that looked at many times that Western Oregon had mastered basically an opponent that had beat them pretty consistently over the past 30-plus years. But that is why you play all 60 minutes. Ball is exactly at midfield, right in the middle of the Western Oregon University emblem.
Love to see a couple of 20-yard work your way down the field plays right now to make a very, very easy field goal attempt for Gross.
Curry now on first down. He's in trouble, gets rid of the ball. Very, very close to one of the weirdest plays I would have ever seen Mike if he doesn't throw that ball. I mean, Patrick Rogers does catch the ball.
You see him getting rushed, but yeah, he's throwing it out of bounds the whole way here. It's just whether or not he can get over there. And almost had his foot in bounds, but interception out of bounds. It does give Western Oregon another chance here. Second down and 10 from the 50-yard line. 24 seconds left in the fourth, possibly in regulation.
Curry now looking over the middle, now over the right, goes to right, and he's intercepted, and this could be dangerous.
Yeah, he threw that one way too late on that play. As they're running the zone, it allowed the safety to come over the top, get in front of Wright, and pick that one off. Just needed to keep working him down the field. He had enough time, but he rushed that play on that one, Ty Curry. brings out the Central Washington offense with 16 seconds left and a chance to see if they can get in field goal range and try to steal this game away here at Western Oregon.
I've been here for 6 seasons. I can officially say I've never called a game like this. Christian Moore in the shotgun on his own 45 and looking for a big play. He throws it up in the air. It looks like it's going to go out of bounds. That'll be 2nd down and 10. 10 seconds remaining. Fisk will have to make a decision as the head coach.
No foul for intentional grounding. Number 11 was in the area of the pass.
Either way, it was a countdown clock in his head. He knew the pocket was collapsing around him. Gets rid of the ball. 10 seconds left from the 45-yard line. Central Washington trying to get into at least field goal range to give themselves a shot at the end of this game.
Got to assume 25 or 30 yards would needed, maybe towards the sideline for an attempt at it. They'll throw underneath. There's nothing there. Only 4 seconds go off the clock.
A short hop there from Moore with the pressure coming right at his face there. Good job by Western's defense. At this point for themselves, limping to try to see if they can get the team for a chance at a win in overtime. This might be the last play of the game here with a Hail Mary attempt.
Timeout, Central Washington University. Second charge timeout of the half.
With 6 seconds, there's not much they can do on this as far as getting the ball down the field to set themselves up for a field goal and take a timeout and then get a kickoff. Although I have seen some games lately where 2 or 3 seconds can last a really, really, really long time. So we'll see what happens with that. But you just hope Western Oregon isn't reeling too much right now and give themselves a chance in overtime.
I think one of the things I've seen today from Ty Curry is that I think he saw things again in the preparation that gave him some reason to believe he could do things that are not outside of his skill set, Michael, but I think he pushed a little too hard. Obviously, that last interception, I know he's really kicking himself for. You hope that they get to see overtime here. It would be a crushing defeat if they were to lose this game in any fashion, regulation.
In a game that they've done very well and dominated up until this fourth quarter. Great job from Central Washington to get themselves back in this game. But this game's been crazy. You could see a defensive score right here to finish out the game, too. So we'll wait and see what Central Washington has drawn up, see if they can get themselves some points.
Christian Moore limbering that arm up. He also has the ability to run. Definitely seeing a very soft defense. Moore gets it, goes over the middle, and it is intercepted, just like you called, as the zeros go down. And we will head to overtime. And now, this is, I don't know. I mean, part of football.
As you see on the replay, it's just a pass over the middle. You see a picked off a great job, and now we have some words after the play again. And with the amount of penalties there have been, there could be players kicked out of this game if it's their second unsportsmanlike conduct. It's a big call here. Big call, because if it's on Central Washington, it could be an untimed down and a chance for Western Oregon to throw the ball down the field. If it's on Western Oregon, we'll be going to overtime, with the play being after the play and a dead ball penalty.
It's like watching a Perry Mason jury deliver a verdict out there.
But they never have to, because the
Perry Mason always wins.
He always gets the people to admit it. It never goes to the jury.
That's true.
I think that's how that always works.
I think the end of this game befuddled me. My hamster wheel doesn't.
Exception. The clock ran out. It's at 0. We'll go to overtime. There's 2 fouls on the play. They'll be offsetting. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 82 on Central Washington. That's his first unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 94 of Western Oregon. That's his first unsportsmanlike conduct of the game. Those penalties again offset. We'll go to overtime. Coin toss.
Well, homecoming weekend is going into overtime. 35 all after 4 quarters, and it has not been decided yet whether Western Oregon will continue this winning streak and run it to 5 games, or will the Wildcats from Ellensburg in Central Washington come in here and perpetrate thievery?
Some serious thievery after being down the way they have been in this game. Got some fresh stats.
Thank you very much. Nate Proctor, Curtis Anderson, Ty Curry, and number 66. I apologize. Give me just one moment. Joseph Gonzalez going out for the coin toss in what we will call overtime, and it is referred affectionately as the Kansas plan.
Oregon came back from 14 down to win by 4 points. So a lot of comebacks today in the Northwest.
Well, gotta say, they talk a lot, Michael Brown, about how the team that enters overtime or sudden death at any time, who has the advantage. The momentum clearly with the Wildcats. And Ty Curry, I know, wants to redeem himself. Winning the coin toss sure would be a nice start.
Yeah, nice start would be having these captains on this field right now get control of their teammates and make sure they stop getting penalties after the clock. It's been a really rough game that way. As the refs are trying to tell them right now.
Visitors going to call the coin toss. Depends who wins. Whoever wins, they're going to get the choice. They can pick an end of the field, or they can pick offense or defense, whatever they want to do first, okay? Is that understood? Yep. So you're going to get one timeout that's going to go into the every extra period after that, okay? After the first period, that's still a tie, we go to the second, and we can do it all again. We won't do any more coin tosses, but the option will go over to whoever loses the first one. Okay? Yep. Ties there, then we go into a third. By the time you get to the third, you have to go for a 2-point PAT, okay? So, is there any questions?
As you get to hear the rules for overtime right now with this coin toss.
Tails, heads, tails. You call it, repeat it, I'll repeat it, and it's going to the air. What do you call it? Heads. He's calling what? Heads. Called heads. I heard heads. Okay, it's tails. You want to toss. Defense first. You want to do defense. Okay, so that means automatically you're going to be offense. What end of the field do you want to play on? That one over there. You want to go down there? Okay. Let's go ahead and we're going to rotate you guys. You guys are going to have your backs to the scoreboard. You guys are looking at the scoreboard.
Western Oregon won the toss, elected defense. Central Washington to be offense, going this way.
And as it always goes, you want to go on defense first. Allows you to see what the other team does in overtime. If they only get a field goal, you know you can win with a touchdown or match with a field goal. If they don't get anything, you know all you need is a field goal at that point. And again, as you were saying, with the momentum that Central Washington had in that fourth quarter, maybe this 10-minute little break in between slows it down again, but we'll see very shortly as we get some bonus football for homecoming weekend. That's all a football fan could ask for. And maybe a win for your team at the end of the day. We'll see very shortly who gets that.
Christian Moore is earning all of his stripes this afternoon, as he's never seemed at one moment not just phased at all by any of it. He's looking to the end zone on first down. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's in trouble. He'll throw it underneath. He'll get it to Tony Archie. This guy must be like the ultimate safety blanket.
Yeah, as he's coming back, Moore is able to work his way out, gets past the defensive end, breaks contained, finds his receiver open down the field. First down for Central Washington as their momentum continues in this first overtime period.
Ball on the 14-yard line. Moore operating with hand signals. Hands it off to Roots. Roots going up the middle. And again, I cannot say enough about the training staff at Central Washington, and I guess the intestinal fortitude of number 21, Michael Roots, still in the game, as it looks like he picks up about 8, even 9 yards. They'll give it right back to him, running towards the end zone. Falls just short of the goal line.
Just short as they go with a hurry-up offense. Some substitution problems for Western Oregon as they have players coming off and on the field. Just short of the goal line here.
First down and goal to goal on the 1-yard line. And Roots goes in, and Christian Moore looks elated by this touchdown. And Western Oregon absolutely looks shell-shocked right now.
Yeah, as they had the lead the whole entire game. This is their first time they've been down in this first half of overtime. Extra points still to come, a huge extra point here with Western getting the ball and a chance to tie the game or possibly take the lead if this extra point is missed.
Snap is high, it's up, kick is up, indication is good, and for the first time this afternoon, Michael Brown, you are correct. The Wildcats are on top by a touchdown, 42-35, and Western Oregon will bring their offense onto the field and have an opportunity to send this into a second overtime. Failure to score a touchdown and an extra point, and Central Washington will have done something that will be as sweet a revenge as you could imagine in a conference game of this magnitude.
But the good thing for Western Oregon, they have scored 5 touchdowns today, so you know they're capable of doing it. They only have 25 yards to go. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line as the second half of overtime starts. And now we'll see if Ty Curry and the running game can get themselves back in this. Try to build some momentum again after losing all of it here late in the fourth quarter.
Amazingly enough, 1,000 yards of total offense in this game between both teams. And Marquise Sampson was going to get the direct.
Yeah, the snap, false start, timeout, Central Washington.
Central Washington didn't like their look on defense as they came out. Excuse me, as they came out in a Wildcat type look, if you will. And as they put that motion around, they decided to take a timeout instead of giving up what it looked like it was about to be a 6-yard gain.
Marquise Sampson has to absolutely just freak people out because, I mean, he is so fast, he's so small, but it was like they'd already seen him on the fly sweep score the touchdown here again on the north side of the field. Hadn't seen that look all day. In fact, I don't recall seeing that look at all at any time during the season.
Yeah, that might have worked really well on that last drive. The Western Oregon needed a first down, but they pulled it out here in overtime. No reason to leave any good plays in the in the playbook that you haven't used. But you see Ty Curry come out here in a regular-looking set and a chance for Western Oregon to try to tie this game from the 25-yard line.
Willingham on the right side anchoring the offensive line, already has a touchdown earlier in this game. Thomas Wright, Jaron Ford in motion. Land gets the ball up the middle. He runs. Tough yardage, tough sledding. Still pushing forward behind the offensive line, and everybody still giving everything they have, wearing the gray uniforms with the red W on their helmets.
Yeah, both teams, everybody's putting everything out on the field right now. Everybody's tired, but you see them working. 2nd and 4.
6 yards picked up on that play by Land. Curry in the shotgun, trailing by a touchdown. Now a play action. Curry needs to throw, but he's going to go ahead and run. Curry is going to fall short of the first down marker. Probably got about half the yardage that he needed.
And it's 4-down territory here, so you could work 3-3-3 if you needed to, 3 yards on each play. But it is a 3rd and 4 yards. Big play here for Western Oregon as they try to even this game up again here in our first overtime period.
Sampson, Ford, bunch receivers here on the bottom of your screen. Great pickup underneath there on the block. Ford wanted there to be PI. Amari Land did a wonderful job picking up the backside blitz on that play. But now,
this is the game right here. 4th and 4 yards. You have to get a first down to continue the drive and to get a chance to score in this overtime period.
Just need to get the ball to the 15-yard line. Curry in the shotgun. In this first overtime, a great pickup again. He's in trouble. Throwing it up. Ford goes up top. He catches it. No, it gets broken up, and there is a penalty flag on the play.
We'll see what this is. It depends on who they want to call it on, but most likely a pass interference. You see Ty Curry has plenty of time. Great job by Amari Land. Again, undercutting one of the linebackers. Throws it up. Just Hail Mary attempt. It looks like he has the catch. Ball bobbled at the last second.
Central Washington.
Pass interference. number 9 on the defense. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
And you do get that pass interference and some new life for Western Oregon, as it looked like the game could have been over there. But you have a 1st and goal now from about the 4-yard line. And Western, again, knocking on the door, trying to tie this game up.
Curry now on the 3-yard line. Bad snap, he gets it. Land pushing forward down to the 1.
Yeah, with that bad snap, it just threw Land's momentum off as he was able to cradle the ball and work his way down. But a good positive gain, 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Such an exciting game here in overtime. This is amazing.
Sometimes hard not to watch as a fan. 2nd down and 2 on the 2. Deuces are wild. 42-35. Wildcats on top of the Wolves in the first overtime here in a great conference battle. Curry in the shotgun. Sampson in motion. Little bit. Unbelievable. I got it. Curry gets it's Willingham.
It's Willingham this time as they run with that play action look. Almost a jump pass attempt. The ball very low on the ground. Great job by Willingham. Able to get under there, and it looks like they're keeping the offense on the field, possibly going for 2 here to win the game.
Western Oregon's going to burn their time out here in overtime.
You get another one in the second overtime, so you might as well burn it now. Figure out if you want to go for this 2-point conversion and win the game.
I'm going to harken back to a time when Oregon State was at the University of Washington.
Okay.
I know it was a road game, but they decided to go for it and they lost the game. That's basically the prevailing wisdom. If you're on the road in a situation like this, you go for it. But you're at home. You've been leading by 2 touchdowns multiple times in the game. You've done some great things offensively throughout the day. They show a wrinkle there twice with Willingham. Do you put Curry back on the field right now and go for it, or do you
I always would. I'd rather my team win the game at any point in time forever. I know you lose the game that way just as easy. It's 50-50 in the long run, but I would. You haven't been able to stop Central Washington since the beginning of the 4th quarter. They do still have the momentum, even with this score right now. You're saying we're the better team. This is our season. We want to win this game ourselves right now instead of going back and forth the whole time. I never have a problem with this. If you lose with it, it's tough. You let the other team get in this game in that 4th quarter. This is just the end of the loss. But if you win, you're the champion of this conference this year. My personal way of looking at it.
Which is hard to bring all of that psychologically into a team huddle like this. But I have every indication to believe that Ferguson thinks they have the right set. And I see Ty Curry going back out there. Western Oregon going for 2. And they are going to try to win this game in overtime. This is an amazing way to have a football game in. 5 wide receivers, Curry in the shotgun, no time on the clock. Wolves trailing by 1. We'll let the pictures tell the story. Curry underneath, and there's nothing there, and the dejected look of number 14. And Central Washington absolutely knows that they got away with one. And they are celebrating in a manner that, trust me, when these two teams meet again, Western Oregon won't soon forget. All credit to the Wildcat team. Never doubting, staying in this game. And they win the game, and now trying, it looks like, to get some decorum on the field. I know there's some hot heads out there right now. It's the end of the game, but it looks like they're going to be able to shake hands and move on. They know how tough a game this was. Michael, in all the games I've called here, probably the most difficult loss to swallow.
Yeah, as they just run a quick slant. You had 5 wide, but defensive lineman, I did not catch who it was able to get a hand up there and knock the ball away. Just throwing it off the course it wanted to go, that Curry wanted to get it to. And that's the way you try to win a game. Unfortunately for Western Oregon, not able to pick it up at the end. Still have a lead in this GNAC conference, but it's going to be tough for them to they can win out against Simon Fraser, Sousa Pacific. It is their conference still. But it's going to leave a sour taste in their mouth through the rest of the season to keep going.
Homecoming weekend ends in dramatic fashion. The Wildcats from Ellensburg, Washington, returning the favor to Western Oregon as they win 42-41 in overtime. The Western Oregon Wolves having an opportunity to lead by 2 touchdowns multiple times. Both teams with over 500 yards of total offense in this game, but it's the Wildcats coming out on top. We will be back next week for a 1:05 kickoff here in Monmouth, Oregon. Make sure everybody's here. It'll be Midwestern State, Texas, coming all the way.
Another Lone Star Conference team.
I know. We're going to see a few more of those throughout the season. On behalf of Director Ken Luitek, Michael Brown, I'm Matt Palumbo. Football fans, wherever you may be, thank you for joining us on KWVT. Have a great day and be well.
Look at this. Look at this. Isn't this fantastic? Thank you. Thank you.